share it on your Facebook, Kev.
Yeah. Which one?
All right. Monday Madness. I'm your host, Tim Guerrette. We had a great weekend. We are here live at the studio 239, getting it done. I got a good buddy here, Pat Jira, and we have the one and only Kevin Wilkinson in the studio. Oh, we're just off a little bit on that one, but yeah. So let's do the group, the big group here. We are here. Give us a little. See if you can hit the camera. Oh, you threw the camera off just a little bit. We always have a good time on Monday morning.
Yeah. Well, I think we always have a good time, period.
Yeah, this is what it's all about, Patrick.
Yeah.
Having a good time, enjoying life.
Can't take yourself too seriously.
Yeah. There's just so much going on. But yeah, it's good.
You have a good weekend?
Had a great weekend.
What you had going on this weekend?
Listen, this weekend we went to the Legends concert. Billy Joel, Elton John, the originals.
The real ones.
The real ones were there.
The real Billy Joel and the real Elton John.
Yeah. They're really good though. These guys are jam up.
Sounded pretty legit, huh?
Yeah, they sounded really good.
Yeah, they did.
And the weather was beautiful.
Perfect weather.
So if you get a chance to go to a Legends concert, great job, Mike Randall. It was amazing. Captain Wayne Smith was really singing, putting it out there. We got people jumping in. Good morning, Mike.
Patrick Dearborn in the house.
Yeah, it was just
Dan Colwell was there working the lights.
It was just a great event.
Yeah,
Dan Colwell. And then the weather, and the food was good, and it was just a great time.
Yeah, no, it was a perfect evening. Really good time, perfect weather, great performances, and he's got one more next month. Going to have Bon Jovi tribute and Journey, so that's going to be a good one.
Yeah, that's a real good one. You know any of those?
We got to get Kevin.
Any of them? Bon Jovi, Journey.
I could name you 20 Bon Jovi songs.
Bon Jovi's the man.
I bet you can't name 3 Bon Jovi songs.
Oh, come on, man. Want it. Dead or alive.
One?
Oh, I got tons of them.
Okay.
Living on a Prayer.
On a Prayer. Yeah, how can you not?
Bon Jovi, I say Bon Jovi was big in like 89, 90?
Late 80s.
Yeah. Because I was
carried
in the
over a little bit to
military.
the early 90s.
That's my stuff.
You like Bon Jovi?
I love 80s. I love it.
Yeah, I do too.
I would really like to, if we wouldn't get banned on YouTube and Facebook or copyrighted, I'd like to put some of the music up, but we can't.
Yeah, we don't want to get flagged.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Welcome,
Kevin, to the studio. What do you think about the studio? Is this kind of cool,
man? I love it.
We purposely keep the windows open because we have tons of fans that come over in the morning. They wave to us.
We did Friday. We had people bringing us bagels, coffee.
Yeah, if you drive by, ladies, and you want to say hi, wave to us from outside because our wives will get upset.
We might have to keep the ladies away with Kevin today. Jeez.
You can see people run over curbs. You
took that curb pretty. Luckily, you got a big truck.
Big shout out to Chris Shukard, who helped us out a little bit with the parking.
The parking situation's a little.
Yeah, it's tight, but he's working on it.
Yeah,
and thank you so much
shout out
to
Chris
Agers Plumbing. But we came in this morning and we were like, we gotta, and we want to make sure we're a good tenant. So that's important. Try to be. So what did you do this weekend, Kevin?
Man, I've been doing things for the past couple weekends. I kind of took a chill weekend.
Oh, really?
I had some family come over. I had my nieces. She had a baby, so she came over.
Okay.
I got to meet her for the first time. Yeah, and just some final touches on the house. Finish up some flooring. So just moving furniture back, getting it back. Just a chill, relaxed weekend. My favorite.
Yeah. You got some fans in the audience already.
Oh, okay.
If you want to pop that.
Let's pop that up.
Pop that up for Kevin.
Yeah.
Said, Dan, Kevin, You always look this good, or is today special? No.
Thank
I
you.
think he always looks this good.
Kevin's got to give me
Even-
like the
even
thumbs
early
up.
in the morning.
He's got to give me the thumbs up to say, don't put that one up or put that one up. But yeah, that's good, Aaron.
Morning,
Way to
Aaron.
put it in there. Yeah,
Thank
no,
you.
Yeah, we're getting it going this morning. Remember, if you are on listening to Kevin, we want you to be on listening to Kevin, but you also need to like our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So yeah,
Like, subscribe, comment.
subscribe, comment a lot. We really like the comments. We got questions and all that stuff. And
Yeah, we're gonna have some fun today.
PJ, what'd you do this weekend, buddy? I know you had a fun-filled weekend.
Yeah, saw you at the Legends concert series.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun, and did a little video for Sugar Shack. Shout out to Gary, took really great care of us, and got invited there by Steve from the Good Intentions Band. So that was a lot of fun.
How was the Good Intentions band? I heard
They
awesome.
were really, really good.
Steve's great.
Steve's great, awesome. Showed me backstage of Sugar Shack. Yeah, he's really good 80s, 90s music, but excellent. Like he really, really rocked the crowd and sounded good. So that was very cool to see. Even brought my daughter on stage for a song, which made her night.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah. I did see that. Let's see, Riley. Do your thing, Kevin. Kill it, big dog. Come on. Yeah, no, that's
And
good.
Kevin's
Thanks.
everywhere too. And Kevin's actually going to be co-sponsoring the event Thursday at the Ritz-Carlton for Naples City
Very excited.
Lifestyle Magazine.
Excited to be part of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See
Yeah.
you guys there.
Yeah, you definitely see us there. Then the After Hours podcast here at Studio 239. So Kevin will be coming back and joining us on the pod. It's going to be your first podcast you ever do?
Yeah, this one's I was going to come on.
This is like a test run. Yeah, this will get your...
Don't know what to do with my hands. A little nervous.
Hey, hands above the countertop. Hands above the countertop. That's what we say here. But no, this is like for fun. I mean, we have a lot of fun doing it. We get information out. A lot of people ask, what's the 239 all about? But give people a little taste of, podcasting, getting out. We're live right now on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We get comments.
239live.com.
Yeah, and 239live.com. You can go in there and listen to this show. It runs around the clock.
And plus we got the
along the other ones,
24-hour
too.
station.
the
Yeah.
others as well. So it's
Yeah, I've
it's
got a
fun.
couple shows.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's fun.
Thank you.
Very,
Well,
very cool.
And it's more about just trying to get out some stuff locally, and then if somebody's got something to promote, whether it be a business, an event. We do a lot of stuff for the veterans. Lois Bolin comes on Fridays. Most Fridays, she kind of gives a little rundown of what's happening over the weekend. Lauren Maxwell was on Friday.
Seen that one.
Got loaded up with information.
Yeah.
We have my buddy up in Tampa who also does mortgages. Dave Quimby's on. We can actually bring people in, from anywhere
Remote.
in the world. Through they can just give us a call. We're actually going to be having it where people can call in.
Yeah, that's
and they
gonna
can
be
start talking.
that could go either way.
Yeah, that could go either way.
Yeah. And then Friday we're going to be live at an
Yeah.
event too.
Friday we're going to be out at Laley Players Club at John Huffman's Huffman Speaks event.
Let's
Work-
go.
Workshop.
Yeah.
You going
My
to that?
mentor. Oh,
Yeah.
of course, man. I'm in the group.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Group.
saw that.
John's great.
Bryce Lawrence is, I think, co-hosting. Derek Carlson will
guys
be
are
there.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got
it's
some
a good group.
really
Ben Vila.
good, tangible things that you can actually put into action. I mean,
Yeah.
just, truly awesome, even for someone that's been doing good and they have plateaued, and these guys can just take you to the next level. It's just amazing what they've done for me.
And the thing about it is too, it's motivating. When you get done, if nothing else, you come back with like, all right, these are some things I need to do. I need to get my head back in the game. Because Naples can get you thrown off pretty easy. I mean, we're very fortunate living here. We get a little bit complacent. Business is good sometimes, and then when it starts to go low, we need to come up with ways to be creative and really dig at it again.
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, if you're these guys are great to reach out if you're just starting a business, or if you've been in business for a couple of years and you plateaued, or they've got some really big monsters in there that's been doing business for 20 years, and they've got hundreds of employees, and they're in there too, and they're learning stuff and growing. So it's just for all. It's for everybody.
And talk about that. How'd you get involved with John Huffman and that group?
Well, I've known John Huffman since middle school.
Yeah.
I mean, so just to watch him grow, and I've grown, and then we just kind of connected, and just became one of my mentors. He's a spiritual
Good one to
man,
have.
a good family man, and a good businessman, and those are all the things that I want to be good at. So, I kind of, try to put myself around people like that constantly.
definitely helps to have that kind of circle and, kind of have similar backgrounds, myself, you, John. So
Absolutely.
It's great how we kind of uplift each other and stick together. So it's funny how it comes full circle.
Absolutely, man. The 180 story, comeback story. Everyone loves it.
Everyone loves a comeback story.
It is what it is, It just, it makes you stronger, and you got to be proud of where you came from. I mean, it is what it is,
No, I mean, it's what kind of shaped us today. So
Absolutely.
Do you regret some of the stuff you did? Absolutely. But at the same time, going through stuff like that helps shape of what you became now. And, you get to tell a story, and I think you appreciate things more too.
Absolutely.
So,
and you get to take that and use it to help other people struggling in the same way. And help them get their
greatest
life
joy.
together.
Yeah.
Big shout out to your mom. I
Yeah,
put it up there
good morning,
once,
Mom.
and then I see you wrote it in there too. It's always good to have your moms jumping in.
Yeah, it's good.
Love that.
But yeah, so looking back at some of the things that we do when we're younger, and I've known John. I don't know if you remember me, but
I didn't want to say anything.
I was running out of the sheriff's office. But John and I become extremely good friends over the years, and I've always had a good spot for.
Do you know this backstory between Tim and John?
No. Let's hear it.
Yeah, you want to?
Yeah,
share it?
jump on
John's
a little bit.
open about it.
John's open. So when I worked at the sheriff's office, I did it for 31 years. John in middle school, as you might know, and in high school, he's a pretty wild kid, involved in a lot of things. But his uncle actually worked with us at the sheriff's office, so we kind of knew John. We tried to take care of him, try to do the best we can. But John was running full speed, right, in Golden Gate City, and it's a tough place to run full speed.
Yep.
But I always knew John was going to be one of those guys that's going to. He was charismatic. He was able to, bring people together, and people liked John. But John, self-admitting, will tell you that he had a kind of rough growing up. So
Made some bad decisions.
Yeah, bad decisions, and he had some parental guidance that wasn't there, and things like that. So, and in Golden Gate, that little city there, can suck you in if you want to go the bad direction. You can get sucked into it.
It was a little different back then.
Yeah,
it was a little.
Yeah, it was a
little rough around the edges.
Yeah, it was a rough around the edges. So, and that's where and so I was the deputy. I did a little bit over at Golden Gate Middle, but I was at Naples High School. So I was there from 1992, 93 to 97.
What high school did you go to, Kev?
Golf course.
Oh, okay.
Gulf Coast, yeah. And I remember when that place opened up.
Yeah.
So so I've been around a little bit. But so John and I go back, but the good thing about it is the times that we had back then are valuable for today's purposes.
Absolutely.
Because John has put himself in a really good position locally in the community, very well respected, and and I respect that spot too.
It's just a great story and how things come full circle. From going to chase someone out in the street to
And then watch them grow and
then Tim taking the time to try to. Even though John was maybe doing bad things, but to still take the time out and try to help a person. That's what it's all about. So
Absolutely.
It shows there's a lot of good police out there.
Oh, what a great story!
Yeah,
amazing.
And speaking about contracting, we gotta pay our bills. Blake Becker, Blake Becker,
the baker. Everyone's. People are even asking him, are you just doing food reviews?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
But
Chef Blake.
Blake.
So Becker Custom Builders is one of our sponsors on the show. So let's go ahead and get our big kudos out to him.
He's in the
for
gym
sure.
right now, actually.
Yeah.
Becker Custom Builders. Blake Becker and his team are always about luxury design, top-notch quality, and giving you the best experience imaginable. Becker Custom Builders are experts in building your dream kitchen, bathroom, or even making your outdoor kitchen area a reality. They will take your plain house and make it into a cozy, welcoming home. So if you're looking to upgrade your space, Becker Custom Builders is the only place to look. They've got you covered. Blake and his team have whipped up this studio in no time, and it's looking great. Remember, contact Becker Custom Builders.
Yeah, always good to have Blake on. He brings so much energy. And Blake is going to be coming out to my house this week and looking at an outdoor kitchen.
Oh.
So that's what we need to have. I've been telling my wife, I bought the house 6 years ago, brand new. And I said, all right, we're going to put in a kitchen, this year or whatever. And then 6 years later, still no kitchen. So I got to get that outdoor kitchen put in. So yeah, it's important. It's important.
Yeah, what are you going to make in the outdoor kitchen?
Well, I like cooking. I like barbecuing. Yeah. We got Mike's on. I would just want to get
Espo, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Michelle.
Yeah, good morning, Michelle. And then, obviously, Michelle, just so you know, I don't have it with me. It's over on my desk. We have the Self-Fit, and then all you have to do is go to getselffit.com, and make your order. And I've taken it about 5 days. Right now, I think I'm in the transition. I haven't got sick. I was sick. I'm not sick anymore. I don't know if that's what helped me, but my cold is going away.
Joe Pavich.
Where's
in
Big
the
Joe?
house.
Where's Big Joe? Oh,
What's
hey,
up, Joe?
What's going on?
Joe already sent me a song of the day. I think it was Slick Rick. I just got it.
What's
Yeah,
up, Joe
Slick
Pavich? Or is it Joe Cabbage?
Joe was at an open house yesterday. So he was making pasta and selling units. That's what Joe Pavich does.
I think I bought my house from his dad.
Probably.
Yeah.
If you've done real estate in Southwest Florida, it's probably
lives in my
It's
neighborhood.
either me,
Good guy.
Joe, or
Patrick Dearborn. Yeah, that's the Mount
yeah,
Rushmore.
yeah.
And then shout out to Alexander Duran, Greg Sarfko, the two. They were on our podcast last week. Young guys really out there getting it and moving up in the real estate world. But, yeah, the Mount Rushmore for real estate, Patrick Dearborn, Joe Pavich, Timmy G.
Right.
Derek Carlson.
Hey, listen, I'll be the first one to tell you, man, I'm not into any of that
Derek
group.
Carlson
But those
too,
guys are definitely amazing. And real estate right now, a lot of people are talking about it, obviously.
Yeah, we're going to have Ricky Haas.
Yeah, Ricky's
Speaking
gonna
of
be coming
future
on.
top real estate guys, Ricky Haas, named to be reckoned with. Yeah. He'll be here at 9 a.m.
Yeah.
So, okay, Anthony Vasquez, Don Laggy.
Morning.
Kevin's bringing out the viewers.
Yeah, Kevin's got it. Thanks, Kevin.
And
Hey, make
speaking
sure,
of-
don't just view today, though. Subscribe,
comment,
whatever
or
you're gonna be.
get a question, comment. If you want Tim to do a trick, whatever.
We can
He'll
do
do
that, too.
cartwheels in the studio. If you want Kevin to do push-ups, we'll have that push-up contest too. People are talking about.
We got to get
you
that
can't,
push-up.
you can't
I
throw.
I know.
We've learned that you can't just throw out something on the show because people latch onto it. So now people are asking how they can be involved in the push-up contest. So we got to get that going. So what we want to do is bring the community together and have a push-up contest on like a Saturday. We'll raise some money, have some sponsors, and the winner will get that. So if you want to be involved with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And speaking of push-ups, big
morning,
shout out
Don.
to our other sponsor,
yeah.
T Clinics USA, Naviva Weight Loss. Love Jeff Delaney.
Oh,
Jeff
yes.
Delaney. Go ahead.
man.
You can talk. You're more than
Amazing guy. Just started there. What a great
Jeff.
experience. Jeff, oh my God, he's so knowledgeable. The guy just makes me dizzy when he starts talking about peptides, and he's just so knowledgeable. And
so
then his
knowledgeable,
team
but he
was
breaks it down
Yeah.
to every day, dumbs it down a little bit so you can understand it. But great guy.
Absolutely. So yeah, I just started last week.
just started?
Yeah, I got my blood work done, and
Kevin's
see the
running around like
doctors.
a bull now.
Yeah.
He takes
Well, not yet, but I'll be
about
there.
3 weeks. Or
Yeah,
so.
okay, but
we
yeah, I'm
do.
going to see the doctor this week, and hopefully, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Get some skin stuff. He's got some,
Yeah.
a lot of things he put on
Next
there
time
for me.
you go, let's go. We can team up and we'll do a little video there for Jeff.
You guys want to do gun show? Let's do gun
I'm
show.
getting
Let's
there,
do
too.
gun show.
Let's get it.
Look at that. But TC
Clinic.
Clinics, Jeff Delaney, that guy is so squared away. You get around him,
Amazing.
You start like going, oh
Top
man, I
notch
gotta
facility,
look like I gotta
too.
look like Jeff.
Yeah, great
He's
staff.
so squared away.
Yeah.
Love him. One thing we do on this show, if you haven't seen it, one thing we do is we have a little game that we play. It's called Stump, Pat, Jira. And Stump, Pat, Jira basically consists of naming an NFL football player that has played like since 1995 and up. And Pat will tell you what
Are you a
college
football
team.
guy?
Pat will tell you
little
what
bit.
college team he or she played on.
And who they dated and what
Who
their,
they
their
dated,
favorite food.
where they're at. We're trying to tell Pat, try to take your stuff and talents, in a direction that will, pay everything off.
I know.
But he does know this stuff. And if you can beat him,
What do they win, Tim?
If you can beat him, they win a free shooting session or a T-shirt at the Alamo
And they got some nice shirts
Indoor
over there.
Gun Range. And I will tell you, that's about $120 deal.
And the shooting
there.
session's great, but they really have a nice little store in there with some great T-shirts. So
Yeah, that's what you like.
I love T-shirts.
you like.
And then too, Matt Mullen was kind enough to donate some free ice cream cards for Royal Scoop ice cream. Good morning, Chris.
Chris Quave.
Hello, Chris. Good morning, buddy.
You know that guy?
Yeah.
Chris a trip, man.
Yeah, he is. He's a character. Look at his outfits. We got to get him on the live.
We got to get
Chris.
Just have him get his get up on, man. He's got to.
Yeah.
I love that outfit.
Yeah.
Bring that one.
Bring that outfit.
Chris comes.
Just need a cane.
We actually need to have a Chris Cuevas lookalike day contest. Because Chris will bring it up.
Yeah.
So, about the football, like when I was a kid, I used to watch a little bit in the 49ers, when they had a good run.
Who are the 49ers?
I'm the
Jerry
49ers.
Rice.
Yeah, that's my team.
I don't know
growing up.
any stats. I can't play a game.
You can throw out a random player.
I know those names.
You can throw out a random player, and I'll see if
Joe Montana.
Notre Dame. That's an easy one.
You get that one every time.
I know. I get a lot of Joe Montana.
You do? Okay. Well, that's
Yeah.
pretty much all I know. Jerry Rice, Steve Young.
Mississippi Valley State, Jerry Rice, BYU, Steve Young.
Okay.
Let's
Go ahead, Tim. You want?
Mark Duper.
But see, you're going in the 80s. Going in the 80s.
Oh yeah, okay. So basically,
Mark Duper was a wide receiver along with Mark Clayton. Yeah. No, it's just a.
I could probably do more on that one. Yeah, I can do it there.
Again, what were the rules before 95?
Let's say. Well, you knew Dan Marino. You ever heard of him
Pitt.
before? Yeah, Pitt. Yeah, but Mark Duper couldn't get. How about Mark Clayton?
Again, you're going the 80s.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker went to Texas Tech.
Give us some names, guys. Give us some names.
I think I saw
Mike stomp him.
Mike, I mean, someone's got. There's a couple in there. Mike Valdez and Tim Karen threw one up too.
Chris Quave's gonna have his executive administrator give us a call.
Okay,
get it booked. Thank you.
Okay, let us know your
Emmitt
schedule.
Smith,
Florida Gator.
All right,
that's a layup.
This horn's for Patrick. Keep bringing us.
Keep bringing. I think
morning,
I saw
buddy.
Mike Valdez had one
Mike
early.
had one. I see Sam Madison.
Shout out, Mark.
Tim said Emmitt Smith. Did you already do
Yeah,
that one? You already did
Florida
that one. Okay,
Gator.
that one.
Mark Fiola. That's a good one. That's a really good one. Louisville. And I believe Sam Madison was a second-round pick and basically a borderline Hall of Fame career cornerback for the Miami Dolphins. But, yeah, Sam Madison went to Louisville. That's a good one. See, those are the ones I like because it's a really good player, not a superstar, wasn't a high pick.
Oh, I see your mom assisted Dan Marino.
She did.
at
I
Marissa's.
remember
That's
that.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pouring.
Was a while ago, she said.
Yeah, she's helped a lot. I'm not gonna get her in trouble, but there's a lot of celebrities that she's helped style.
Oh,
Joe Juravicius. See, I love ones like this. Joe Juravicius went to Penn State. He was a third-round draft pick of the New York Giants and had a good career with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as well.
Wow. Good job, Patrick.
Yeah, bonus points. I'll tell you what round they were drafted in.
That was for Patrick. That wasn't for Anthony. So, Anthony, we got
no one's going to be shooting for free today.
Drum roll, yeah.
Keep it coming.
So, yeah, what do we
don't want to do the whole show. We won't
you can't give layups. But also can't give Danny Woodhead. Played for the Patriots.
A running back, yeah.
And he actually I think he ended up out at San Francisco.
No, he didn't. He went to the Jets. That's a good one. He went to a
he
small
did.
school.
I don't think he ended up on the Jets. I think he ended up in San Francisco. No.
You want
to bet? You want to bet?
He did not. Danny Woodhead never played for the 49ers, and he did play for the Jets. So fact check that, Mark Fiola. Mike, that's a good one. Nick Collins. Gosh, that's a good one. I want to say like Southwest Louisiana State or something like that. I think he got me.
I see Steve's on. Steve. Whoa.
Shout out to
Big
Steve.
I missed it.
Hagenbuckle.
Saturday.
That's my guy right there. Thank you, Steve. You took great care of my daughter, getting her on stage. You were awesome. Steve rocked it. He was doing some Good Intentions band. Yeah, Kevin, you got to check them out next time they're playing at the Sugar Shack. Amazing band. What a great performance. Did everything from Goo Goo Dolls to I'm drawing a blank here, Steve, so you could throw me some of the covers you did. But Bethune-Cookman, I thought it was a small school in Louisiana. That's where he went.
I was gonna stop by. I was tired.
Yeah, I know. Next time,
right back,
next time.
Quick back to Steve. I go to Pat. I go, how's Steve's band? He goes, man. He goes, they're good. They play a little bit of everything. And that's really good.
I think they played just a very diverse playlist. And they were fantastic. I was telling Tim this morning, they crushed it. And
that sound system is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
I heard they spent like $1 million on that
at the Sugar Shack.
Yeah, I mean they spent some money on that sound system.
Nice,
so everything
high end
sounds pretty good.
Tom Petty does great. Tom Petty. Yep. How could I miss that?
Let's go. Let's put these up here.
REM. What's some of your favorites to do, Steve? Steve, we got to get you on the live, buddy. We got to bring you on. But
maybe we can get like a little bit of a little jam session or something.
Crank out. Crank
out.
Shout out to Good Intentions Band.
Fantastic. Good Intentions Band, and that venue up there, like you said, is amazing.
Have you been to the Sugar Shack?
It's real relaxing. Yeah, I was there. Yeah, 2 weekends ago.
Yeah,
it was awesome. The weekend.
You weren't there for Byron Donald's event, though.
No, I was in Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
I was in Puerto Rico. Patrick,
make him feel guilty.
I did reach out and let him know, hey, I still love the congressman, and hopefully we can get him
future governor, next governor of Florida. That'd be great. Shout out to Team Donald's.
Yeah,
Chris Hudson watches the show.
Yeah, so without a doubt, a lot of things going on.
Chris Cueva wanted to throw one on there. Colleges.
Where's Chris at? Where's Chris? J.C. Jackson.
Easy layup. Went to Florida. Unfortunately, didn't work out for him at Florida, and then ended up at the University of Maryland. Shout out to J.C. Jackson, the Mockley High School, Mockley, Florida.
DOC. I mean, Florida.
Hey. Let's be nice. Let's be nice. Love the Jackson family.
No, yeah. J.C. Jackson, I'll tell you what, he's played. What's he up to now? Maybe we can try to get him on.
I don't know what J.C.'s up to. I don't think he's in the NFL anymore, though. Yeah, he's had some off-the-field mishaps, but talented guy. Actually, Judge Brown said in his opinion, he's the most talented Collier County high school athlete of all time that he's seen. Two-way player, cornerback, wide receiver.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talent.
Just raw talent. Talented, yeah.
Yeah, raw talent.
I would go, I'm an Edrin James and Herschel Troutman guy, but that's the judge's opinion. Yeah, Steve, Tim didn't make it out to support you. Maybe next time we can get him out to support you.
You're rough on me, man. I got a balance. I
know.
Chickabee, thanks for jumping on. It's always good to see you on here. We haven't seen Meredith yet, but we're trying to get her. Maybe we can get her fired up. I know. I'm sorry, Steve. I got to get there with you, buddy. I know you play some. I'm actually going to put this over. We can see it. Yeah.
Steve, where's your next show? When and where is your next show?
There you go.
Big shout out, Jeff Delaney. Kevin's like, I'm stronger than both of you guys.
Kevin's like, Kevin goes like, yes, Kevin's good. Kevin goes, I didn't sign up for this. Yeah. These guys are kind of nuts. Yeah. This is a good way to kill an hour in the morning or waste an hour in the morning. What are we doing?
No, I want to talk to Kevin about some of the projects got going on. Any home remodeling tips?
For as far as tips, I mean, for viewers that are thinking about doing a remodel. Well, just call me.
Yeah. And how do they call? You want to give out your number or website information? Social
we have
media?
a website, thegeneralcontractors.com, thegeneralcontractorsplus.com.
Okay.
They can definitely get all the information on there.
Find you on social media, obviously.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook. We've got all that. There's a business line. It's 239-877-2293.
Okay.
You can also, reach out to me on Messenger or Instagram personally. I'll be happy to help you walk you through your project. If you just have questions and you don't know where to start, we'd love to help.
And how'd you get involved in that field?
My dad was a GC. He was a building contractor. He, could build up to 13 stories. And then he became like a math professor too. He worked at the Lely High School here in
Great high school, Lely High School.
Yeah.
Your dad did? What years was he?
I don't remember exactly
okay.
The years, but like when I was in about high school.
I graduated from Lely.
Did you?
Yeah.
It was like the best 5 years of your life.
Great 8 years. They flew by.
Sorry, Chica. I'm sorry.
I graduated in 4 years.
Yeah. So then my brother started a flooring company when I was in middle school. It's kind of getting in trouble, so I went to homeschool in middle school, and My dad told me if you're going to get in trouble, then you're not going to go to school, then you get a job.
Yeah.
So we started working there with him, doing homeschool and working at the same time. So it just kind of went from there.
Mm-hmm.
And then, the 07 crash, 08, and a lot of businesses were shut down. So my brother's company did. So I just kind of started doing whatever I could, electrical, plumbing. I did a little bit of everything. Pretty soon I just started my own thing.
Yeah.
And I also started a paver sealing company about 5 years ago. Kind of wanted to get out of the bathroom and kitchen remodeling, something more simple and easy, but it just calls me back.
Yeah.
It's because of what I'm good at, we do have a clean and seal curb appeal, and like I said, we clean paver and seal them. Any kind of surfaces on pool decks or driveways, we can get those cleaned up for you guys. So, I know, Tim, you were saying you need something.
Yeah, I got to get your card because
because Blake's too busy for Tim.
Yeah, Blake's. I think Blake's gonna do my outside kitchen, but just a couple questions. So around the pool, I have and then weeds pop up, and we know that once you start the sealing process, it's probably a good idea every year or two to come back and keep up with that. Give me some thoughts on how we can do that.
Yeah, so that's like a conundrum every homeowner's got. Those dang weeds, the bugs, they're everywhere on the back patios, the lanais. And a lot of people think that polymetric sand is a solution, which it is for a little bit. Then it starts cracking, and they just, the weeds come right back through it because it's got adhesive in it and the sand.
Right.
That's what it is. It's like a glue. And it's almost like a grout for tile. But, with our climate, the bricks are constantly moving. We got the water underneath us. We got the sun coming down, and they just move, and then that stuff cracks, and then the bugs and the weeds come right back out. And then it looks kind of horrible because it's all cracked. I don't like it. I don't do it for my clients. I explain that to them. I'll put sand back in there. But weed killer, bug killer, that's, maintenance it. That's probably the best bet. Like I said, I would stay away from the polymetric sand.
Yeah. So what I do is I spray, but it's actually pretty manageable.
Yeah.
If you don't go out there for like a week or two, then you go out there. The weeds are up there. So, just keep it. I think you would probably agree. Keeping your backyard in Florida nice in your patio and all that. It's a full-time job, or it could be. So, but I think it's important to make sure it's nice because it's a place we can use to, as another living space in your house.
Yeah.
And having a nice place to go out there and cook and eat and have good times, I think is important. Aaron writes in there, got my shop looking fire. Grateful to Kevin's knowledge and guidance. That's always good.
You're very welcome, Aaron.
And then Tim Karen, baking soda and vinegar.
Oh, okay. Baking soda and vinegar. I got to try that, I guess. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Tim. Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah. We're on for that stuff. Yeah. Give it a shot. There's that. But no, so tell me a little bit about some of the mistakes that you have seen with people trying to remodel. I know that permit's a big thing, making sure, a lot of people try to do it under the radar, but when they go to sell, sometimes it can be problematic.
Yes, it is. And, a lot of people can't afford, or they want to budget and they don't want to pay, $3,000-$4,000 for architectural drawings and permitting, But the problem is when somebody comes in to buy a house and they look on the floor plan and they see a tub there and they go in there and they're looking and staring at a walk-in shower, 9 times out of 10, if the contractor or the homeowners did a good job, they're not going to really be concerned about it. But if you get somebody that wants to, haggle on the price, or concerned, a worry wart, they're going to be like, well, did you have a permit? And so that's where the problem comes in. I'm fully licensed, so, any kind of job that we do, we're changing a major change like that. We're doing a permit, but if it's, we're just putting tile on the walls on the tub, we're putting the tub back there, we're not touching the tub. I don't really see why you have to do a permit. Once you start messing with the plumbing and stuff like that, then you have to pull the permit.
Start moving plumbing around, things like that.
Yeah.
And do you actually, are you on the job sites getting your hands dirty in the mix, or are you just kind of supervising?
Oh man, I'm a glorified trash picker upper. You know, and I go by, you know,
Help
take
the
the dump
guys.
trailer, and, you
Yeah.
know, pick up the trash and
Yeah.
go dump it. I'll pick up materials and drop it off. Sometimes,
Yeah, if you need
I
to,
like
get
it.
your hands dirty. Yeah.
Sometimes I do.
And do you do work all over Southwest Florida, or you just kind of specialize Naples, Marco? How
from Estero to
Estero's the cutoff.
Yeah, Estero to Marco.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I get in there, I do the layouts. I pretty much manage everything, how everything's going to be laid out specifically. And then, you know, I got my main man, Dave. He just makes it happen right after me. And I got some great crews, tile guys and plumbers and electricians. And, yeah, very humble guys and very grateful, you know.
Yeah.
And do a good job.
And a shout out to Team Clark, Drew Clark.
Yeah.
His wife watching this morning. Good morning.
Great time.
Saw you guys
seeing
at the
his kids
concert
the
Friday when
concert.
we were at
Yeah.
the kickoff, which was Wednesday, Thursday. I might lose track of.
Yeah, the kickoff.
days.
The kickoff was Thursday night, or it was a nice event.
And I want to say big shout out to your kids. The way you've raised those kids is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
They made sure everyone was taken care of. They provided cupcakes
Extra
and
cupcakes.
cookies, water, refreshments. Unbelievable.
Yeah, you guys,
Great kids.
And the thing about it is like when you get, obviously you have kids and you got 5 of them. You got 4 beautiful young girls and then a boy that's just to die for, right? And the way they behave and the way they look after each other and things like that, Drew, you're blessed.
And the
without a
patience
doubt.
that they have. Because
Yeah.
I can get my daughter to behave for about 15 minutes, and then she just gets antsy. And
How old is she?
But yeah.
11 going on 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mine's 18, so yeah.
Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what do I have? What do I have in store for me? Tim's already raised his daughter.
Yeah, I got
and,
one
and
that's
he did an
26,
amazing
and
job
I've got
too.
one that's 34.
Oh,
and
wow.
The older they get, the younger they are. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, you worry about them still just as much as the point is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great kid.
Yeah.
She works and she's not in any trouble, so I'm very proud of her on that. But you know, I've been trying to school her on adulthood, you know, for a couple of years. You know, save your money, be frugal, and prepare for, you know, rainy days. And it's been raining for her, so you know, of course I got her back.
Yeah.
You know, but I definitely want to teach her those life lessons
Because
and-
raising a daughter, is harder than raising a son, in my opinion. I did that with my stepson, which not an easy task either. But having a daughter, because you worry extra and all the stuff that they're gonna face, and you have
absolutely
boyfriend and all the other stuff, and
absolutely.
so she's in high school.
No, she graduated. So she graduated. Yeah, she's working, and and just like I said, a couple of rainy days and stuff like. So
Yeah.
she got her car and she wrecked it a month later. And,
Yeah.
And
makes it tough.
so I made her do some driving classes and practice a little bit before I got another one. But I definitely had to help her with another one so she can get to work.
Sure.
Lesser of the first one, but it's something.
Yeah.
Gets her from A to B. And now I'm teaching her some of the things that actually, John and Bryce had taught me about money, managing money, as it comes in. Because I made her text me all her statements, and it was, Starbucks. It was this, it was that. I was like, honey, you're literally working to pay Starbucks.
Yeah,
I mean,
I know.
you got to really
9,
write
10,
this stuff
12,
down and look at
8,
it.
7, 6,
Because
5.
not that I'm great with money, but I just always remember, like, when I was managing at Outback or Miller and staff, host this everyday Starbucks, and I'm like, I know how much they're making, and if you add up how much you're spending a week at Starbucks, like $50-$60, $200 a month.
I won't stop at a gas station. I won't do it. It just won't. I mean, it's a markup on it. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
I've literally wrote out how much I've spent at gas stations years
Just
back
for
when
food
I
and
started
beverage.
my money management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were asking if we were sponsored for 7-Eleven.
No,
we stopped
I'll take
in
a
the
coffee
morning.
sponsor though. That will save us a
Yeah, we
couple
think
bucks. We got a couple of food places that have been generous.
Anthony wrote out there. He says Kev's always in the mix.
What
best
up?
website, best website in
yeah.
the game.
Gotta check out. We'll put the website.
He's
in the
amazing. He
book.
actually did my website.
Okay. Dave, put the address in the comments, and we'll pop it up so people can check it out, please.
Yeah, so funny story. So Anthony, thank you for being on, buddy. Yeah, he did my website, and I'm hooking up with Google, and they're like, "Wow, this is 100%. We've never seen something like this. So perfect." So yeah, I hit up Anthony Garcia.
Anthony, you can help us out too.
He's the man.
Put the link below. We'll make sure.
Is Anthony local?
Yeah, he's a videographer. Yeah, he's
okay.
a man. Yeah, he's awesome work. I'll show you guys after the show.
And we have Ben Vila coming
Ben
on.
Vila's great too.
Ben's my man. Yeah, he's on my coaching coaching
So Ben's
group.
coming on
part
next
of the
Monday,
family.
and he'll be at the workshop on Friday.
Love Ben.
A lot of great
Ben
talented
Vila.
people here.
Yeah.
locally,
Absolutely.
for sure.
And they'll stick together and help each other. It's not competitiveness, even if people are in the same field. It's how can we help each other, build off each other, healthy competition. So, and you probably don't remember this, Kev. So I won't get, and I got to be careful what I say too, but I remember, because I remember you speaking like 3-4 years ago, and you were speaking how you just were able to get finances to buy your first truck and then got approved through them. So you probably don't remember I was there, but
Not really.
yeah,
But I believe you.
Yeah. So it's just funny how things come full circle, and I'm pretty open about it. I know you're pretty open about it, but you don't have to delve in too much. But we both come. We're both in recovery.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not ashamed of it.
Absolutely not.
Part of a 12-step program. If you want to hear a little bit of backstory real quick, I went to drug court, and that gave me a foundation that pushed me into the 12-step programs, and
so drug court got you into, and that we got to be careful how we talk about 12-step program, but that's what got you in it basically.
Yeah, that's what pushed me in and pushed me into meeting a bunch of great people. And but it all starts with when you're making a decision, to stop making bad decisions, right? And then you reach your hand out for help.
And what was because people ask me what was your moment, or why did you stop? And I can't really describe it. It's just you finally get it in your head and body.
Just sick and tired
of it, because I tried stopping
Desperate.
for my daughter. Didn't work. Tried to save my marriage. Didn't work. It was until you finally just had enough and you come to this decision, like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's just desperation, all those things. And just having a feeling that there's something else, right? You got to have a better meaning, a better purpose.
Like, I don't want to die being known as a drug addict.
This isn't my identity.
Yeah.
This isn't what I was made for, right? God didn't make us for this. He made us to be loving, kind, and give whatever talents that he gave us to the world and be a service of other people.
Help other people.
Exactly. That's what it's all about, is being a service.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So, truly grateful that, so drug court, and then drug court, and then
got you to the
12-step program. And then, like I said, and then making that decision and then reaching your hand out for help.
Yeah.
And then I constantly do that, just taking all those fundamentals that they teach you and use them not only for the mental, because that's what it is. It's 90% mental.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? And the other 10% is the body, and being addicted to something, and crutching on something because you can't cope with it, and that's what it teaches you, coping skills. And talking to someone if you are having that hard day, and praying. I thought Tim's going to do the Zoom in, but and how many years sober do you have? I've got 4 years.
Awesome.
I'm very, very grateful.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's cool how our I guess you could say other network, which is kind of really like 80% our network or circle, the backgrounds that we come from and how we just connect and help each other, and how much fun do we have in sobriety. It's cool. I think we were talking about it with myself and you and Blake when we had that dinner last week. It's just so much fun, and we're sober and we're laughing, and it's like
it is, yes. So it's magical to, live this this dream and these things that are happening to you, but it's also super, super cool to look over and see somebody coming up right behind you and their life unfolding and just blossoming. And it's just amazing. And there's a lot of stuff. I mean, we can go into this for hours.
I know
the things I've seen and
then
people
we have
that we're involved with, and the amazing things that they're doing. I mean, these are just it's just a bunch of 180 stories, comeback stories, and just awesome to watch, be a part of.
Yeah, it's very, very cool to see. And we just have so much fun.
Thank you for being loud and
know.
proud. It only helps others when you do.
Yeah, no.
Thank you.
And
that, I think,
kind of interesting.
Not to cut you off, but, I've had sober time before, but I would not kind of shy away from talking about it. And not till this last time recently, and now I got about 15 months. I'm open book talking about it because
baby.
you don't know if it's going to help someone. And I'm just, again, it's just wear it as a, not a badge of honor, but this is what I, struggled with and overcoming it one day at a time. And,
I think this needs to be said.
Not ashamed about it,
Absolutely. I think this needs to be said. There's people watching and people that they're watching that know people that need to hear this. I mean, like I said, our struggles can help others.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
And if you just help one person, and there was actually someone that called me a couple months ago, someone that's actually just watching right now, and they wanted to pick my brain about social media and networking. And for whatever reason, I decided to kind of get into my background and, overcoming drug addiction. And he said, really? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, me too. I'm a recovering addict.
Absolutely.
And he goes, that's so awesome. So, again, speaking tonight. So
Proud
if
of
you
you,
want to,
buddy.
thank you. I appreciate it.
Got your back 100%.
I know
You guys
you
are
do.
doing big things, man.
And so are you. I mean, I look up to people like you, Blake, John Huffman. It's that inspiration for me, just seeing what's possible, and it's great. We have a lot of fun, and really cool. It's funny how things come full circle. We were sitting at a different table a couple of years ago, and here you speak, and then have you on our live. So,
And it's just the beginning.
it's just the beginning. Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
And
Good morning,
we have
Sharka.
a lot of big things coming.
But no, I
Morning-
was just going to
morning,
say.
sunshine.
I was going to say that. I didn't have that.
And just last time I'm interrupting you, just more. I know, I'm sorry, I'm the worst at that. But just
No,
Sharka,
you're terrible at
Terrible.
it.
huge part of it. Like none of this is possible without Sharka. Go ahead. I'm
it's
sorry,
good.
Tim.
No, I looking from outside in. I mean, I didn't have that addiction or that AA, and I keep looking, and we kind of joke about it sometimes because I'm like, hey Pat, should I be going because I had some drinks the other night? It's like, and I always wonder like what is the huge difference, or where do you get to that point? And I think I've asked you, like you guys answered it before. Where do you get that point where you need to go? Like you hit rock bottom and you say to yourself, I've got to do something. If I don't do something now, this is going to be the end of where we're going to be, I guess. Yeah.
I mean, that's tough, and that's all contingent on the person. Some people can just wake up in the morning and be like, you know what? I don't like this. Some people can be, in jail. Rock bottom looks different for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Near-death experiences, overdoses, anything.
Because I've had the near-death experiences or death experiences, and that wasn't enough. It was just till finally it was just like, this is enough. Like, shout out to Ricky Haas in the building coming on here shortly.
Yeah,
Ricky
so
in the
Tim,
house.
it all depends on the person, when they've
Thank you,
had
Ricky.
enough. And
Spin that chair around, Rick. Get comfortable.
their solution of trying to, get life and get better all fails. You know, and they're like, truly no, okay, I don't have the answers. You know what I mean? And they reach out for help, like I said.
when you finally ask for help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I think you got to, like I said, you got to surround yourself amongst good people that can put you in the right
100%.
direction. And I think a lot of it's like keeping yourself busy on positive things, and each step and each day would be, a good time. Like I said, I haven't had a situation, but I enjoy listening to you, Patrick's stories, Dave and Joanna, yourself,
Blake,
Blake,
John.
John Huffman, so on and so forth. And then, just listening to those stories is inspiring.
It's never weird for you knowing that you were ex-police, being around guys like,
Yeah, no, it's good. That's a good question.
because you could be honest.
Being in law enforcement, I did 31 years. I'm very proud of the fact that I did 31 years. But law enforcement for me was enforcing the law, right? So if you broke the law, we deal with that. But hey, the day still goes on. I've had people call me all kinds of bad names, right?
Yeah, take it personal.
But listen, if today you're with me and you're hanging out with me doing what you're supposed to be doing and encouraging other people to do what they're supposed to be doing, then that's good. Now, if there's a slip up or something real bad happens, or if somebody personally takes something from me or, does something that I can never trust them, then that's where it ends.
Yeah.
But I will be with somebody day one. I enjoy helping Pat out whenever I can. I enjoy helping Dave and Joanna. I enjoy having the opportunity to hang out with somebody that maybe needs someone to talk to every now and then. You know what I mean? And we give him and I, we bust on each other all the time, but it's all in good fun. It's because I love him, right? So, yeah, no, and that's a great question. And maybe some other law enforcement officers might look at me like, hey, we're hanging out with these guys, and da-da-da. I said, listen, these guys are on a path to good things, let's go. And let's go. Let's go with them. And, how could I be mad at somebody who did something that, especially when they were in their teens, or even
20 years ago.
Even a couple of years ago. It's like,
I was gonna say my case.
Well, no, but but if you changed your pattern, but like if you disappointed me again and again and again, then I have to let them go.
Yeah, and right back at you. Super shout outs to the departments, all of them trying to keep. I mean, it's just silly looking back. They're just trying to keep us safe the entire time.
It's weird how I was just telling Tim last week.
So much respect for them. So much respect for them now, looking back. You know what I mean?
Well, I met with someone, and they were kind of like, talking about cops and bad light. And it like made me mad and uncomfortable because I'm like, I look at police, friends with, a lot of police, ex-police now, so much differently.
So different.
Than I did before. Not that I ever really looked at them in a bad way because, I was doing bad things. It was I'm not a victim. I'm not being targeted or anything. But
they're literally putting their lives in risk every day to make our community safe. So I definitely tip my hat every time.
And we have some great people in the Collier County Sheriff's Office. So big shout out to them.
Yeah, and I worked real hard working with our deputies to let people understand, like, especially the younger deputies sometimes, because it's like, listen, it's not a competition. I mean, you obviously want to go out and do your job, be active, clean up the community, do those things. But listen, treat people with respect. Okay, yes. You're going to get somebody who's going to say names to you. They're going to call you names, and they're going to, that's going to happen. That's part of the job. But treat that person with respect, because I can tell you from experience, 15, 20 years down the road, these folks are going to come back and go, hey, listen, I'm so fortunate for what you did for me when I was younger. To me, all the paychecks in the world don't add up to one of those people coming back to me and saying, thanks for being a deputy that I respected, I could trust, and I could go to and talk to.
Because your heart was in for the right reasons.
I mean, you can go out there and you can and listen. There's law enforcement officers that some of them probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing.
It's like any profession, you're going to have
they
bad
can be some real
anywhere you go,
real jerks. But I would say that's such a small percentage. And if there are those people, let's identify them and let's get them out of the profession, because it makes all of us in law enforcement look bad.
Chicopee says
that's in any industry. I mean, there's contractors, putting a bad name out for us.
I love our popo.
It's amazing. Like when I go out to lunch, so see some of police officers and get to take pictures with them and talk to them. So it's cool, So
absolutely.
Good morning, Meredith.
We love, as Chicopee said, we love our popo.
Love our popo. But yeah, so and then when we look at that stuff, and as a deputy sheriff working in Collier County, my goal is to make our community the way it is right now. Like, absolutely. I can tell you that we can go anywhere for the most part in Collier County and walk around and feel safe. And to me, that's the goal we want to have, right? So I mean, we talked about Golden Gate City. When I worked in Golden Gate, when I was the commander in Golden Gate, 2001 to 2004, I was the commander out there, 3. It was a different environment out there. It was tough, man. It was tough. And then in 1997, 98, 99, 2000, Golden Gate was a pretty tough place to be. So I think that if you can always look to improve on your community, that's what it's all about.
That's what we try to do now. Try to give back to the community after kind of, wreckaging it. Yeah. Hey, before we let Kevin go, and if you have any other questions or comments for Kev, feel free to pop them on there, because we got Ricky Haas working the phones out there, making real estate deals. You want to throw up that slide, Tim, about the lottery, and we can ask Kevin, because we want to get the the audience involved.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. I
see
just,
what they would do.
Yeah,
What
let's. I think it's pretty cool to figure out what would we do if we did. And I'm gonna try to get that up here pretty quick. It's hard to see. There we go. What would we do if we were gonna try to win? I always try, but win the lottery. What would you all do if you were gonna be able to win the lottery? You got it? Something,
no. He just got a comment in there.
Sometimes I get them. Sometimes I don't get them
Give her
all.
a shout out.
Good morning, honey. Kaylee, good morning. Love you.
Kevin's got the fan club in here. Kaylee Wilkinson.
My daughter, she's on.
Oh, that's your daughter?
Yeah.
Good morning,
that's so
Kaylee.
awesome.
We were just talking
Kaylee.
about you proudly.
Yay! That's
Morning.
so good.
Love you, baby.
Aw,
It's so good to
that's
have
so
your kids
cool.
jump on and your mom jump on.
Yeah.
Like that,
Love
it's,
that.
it's fun. Drew, I've been turning in now for the past couple of streams, and now I've been craving that iced coffee. Yeah, look, Patrick puts it up
but
here.
you don't know what I put in this iced coffee. I start off
does.
with the espresso,
The craziest stuff.
2 different coffees, marshmallows, as you can see.
Is that what that
and that's
is?
real. Then the different, yeah. Well, I guess we
Puts
got
it all
another,
in.
but yeah, put everything in there.
Okay.
So let's talk a little bit about the lottery.
Yeah.
All right. And
we were-
please, for comments, please put down there what you would do
if you won. Do you want to put a number? How
Yeah.
much they win?
Let's do 50, a measly $50 million.
If you won $50 million in the lottery,
Ricky's like chicken.
yeah, Ricky's already. Ricky, I don't even know
Ricky's
what the
coming
heck
on
you
in
would
just a
do.
minute. Ricky hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be sitting. No, you wouldn't be
50
sitting
million.
here.
Please put it in the thing.
What would you do if you won $50 million? Like three, the first 3 things, because Tim said he'd buy a jet and get the F out of here. Or go where he wants when he wants. But I want to know what Kevin Wilkinson would do if you won $50 million. The first, say 3 things that you would do.
I would definitely give back. Definitely donate it to some good areas for some good use. 100%. Buy Mama a beautiful home.
Yeah. Where would you buy her home?
I would just take care of the family.
Yeah.
Daughter, mom.
Yeah.
They'd set them
so
all
home.
up. Yeah.
Community, family home.
Yeah.
What would Kevin do for himself, though? What would be one thing that you'd want to
got
do,
so much.
buy?
Got so much. I don't
couple
even know,
things.
dude.
Go-
Life is good.
Travel in the jet is a big one for me. Obviously, I want to give back, right? So
Yeah.
I would not be able to live with myself if I didn't give back to the community. But after I gave back,
You gotta.
I mean, I'd get on the jet.
Where would be the first place you fly to? Where would you want to go?
I would-
Somewhere, because you travel a lot, but somewhere where you haven't gone.
I think probably I'd fly home. I'd fly to Maine, just roll in
Bangor,
there, and
Maine.
be just like Tim G's rolled up.
Tim G back in the jet.
Yeah,
Come
from
full circle.
go to Maine, land at the airport, and just like maybe turn around after 5 minutes to say hi to my mom, and then take off.
Yeah, that'd be enough.
That'd be fun.
Then fly to Turks and Caicos or
But
something.
having the ability to go when you want like that, and
Yeah.
be able to take off and do those things is just it's just amazing.
Got a lot of investment
We got-
going on here. People saying they're going to invest in their
Yeah.
businesses.
Well,
Let's go.
We
And
got-
speaking of which, we missed the comment. Michael
Buying-
Espo was talking about how low Bitcoin is, and basically saying good time to invest.
Jump
in
on that Bitcoin.
Yeah.
What do we got? Expand my business. Dawn, good one. Take care of others. I love it. That's always a big one. What else we got? Your mom will be.
Take all the grandkids to Colorado to learn downhill skiing.
Jika, would you take Pat? I mean, I know you mentioned
She
the
said
grandkids, but
grandchildren.
yeah, I don't know if Pat's going to get to go on that one. Yeah. So, I've invested about $5 to $10 million in wine. There you go, Drew, and spend the remainder on an island in luxury.
In wine, huh? Interesting.
Look at Drew. Give a minimum 10% away. Invest and help make America great again. Amen.
Yeah.
There you go.
Invest in the future.
What else we got? Chickabee's good. You did talk about the veterans. Thanks, Chickabee. She's always looking out for our veterans. And she also does things with animals.
Chickabee.
A little bit hard to read, but 20 acres to build a building for our community. One-stop shopping for animals, veterans community, and do events, storage, bring rescue folks in. Always good stuff
Always
for the
good
community.
stuff.
Thank you.
What would Sharka do with $50 million? Kevin Wilkinson.
David goes, take all my homies to Cancun.
I'd call Ricky. I'd buy as much as real estate as I could.
There you go. Ricky or Patrick Dearborn? Whoa. Next question.
Kaylee's
Whoever
smart.
gives me the best deals.
Kaylee's smart. She
Relax.
said, I'm going to buy some properties.
That's good. Let's
you
go,
go.
baby.
Of course, we know what Mike's going to do.
Man, it's rolling in.
I can barely keep up with it, but Mike's going to do. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Take 10%, give it to invest, real estate market every year. Title. Invest the rest into a diversified investments and live off the interest. Do not. That's a key, right? Do not spend the principal if you can help it, right?
And Mike does a lot of stuff in the community
Mike,
already, so shout out to Mike Valdez.
And then Sharka rolls in. I like Spain. I'd leave the country. I don't think I would leave the United States. I would visit Spain, Sharka, but no, Spain is nice. Madrid, all that stuff, yes.
Because they get the F out of here.
Yeah. Sharka.
Or all these nut jobs.
Sharka's like, I'm out. But no, so do you play the lottery, Patrick?
I
Kevin?
probably played the lottery probably 3 times in my life. And I bought a scratch-off ticket once because a couple buddies kept winning some decent money off scratch-off tickets. So I bought a scratch-off ticket and won $1,000. Went to go turn it in at Publix. She's like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, it's the first time I've ever played it. And she said, stop. Don't ever play again. And then since then, I probably, however many, couple hundred scratch-off tickets, never really won anything more than $20. So
Yeah. I play when it gets big enough. When the hype's really
What's
big.
the number? What's the number, Kevin?
when
I'm
it
the same
gets
way
in
you
there,
are.
Like, $500 million,
your
something
chances are far less.
crazy. Yeah, correct. Yeah, but it just feels
buy
good.
into the hype.
Yeah.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
I do the same thing. So, like, we know it's going to be a big one on Saturday. So, to me, $1 million's big, right? But when it gets up to like 100 million, then they did a couple that were $1 billion.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
Yeah.
But you know what I think the big thing with the tickets is, I always get on my wife, like, you're wasting your money, but you can't win unless you play.
That's it.
That's what's said. And I think once you buy the ticket, the dream over the next couple days is kind of fun. Like, well, okay, what would I do with it? What would I, that'd be kind of cool. And people always say you can't be happier with money. Money doesn't make you happy.
It sure as hell
It makes
helps.
you comfortable. It makes you comfortable, I think,
sure
right?
helps.
But the reality is, it would definitely, it would definitely help. But
One less thing to worry about.
yeah, but they say that when you get that, people come out and you start worrying about all that. I'm like, let me try it. Let me see.
Yeah.
I can handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can be an experiment on it.
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
But Kev, pleasure having you.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
we'll
we
see you
appreciate you.
Thursday, Naples City Lifestyle at the Ritz-Carlton and the After Hours podcast. Doing big things. Proud of you. And then we'll see you at the workshop on Friday, too. So
Thank you.
Yeah. We've seen a lot of each other this week. Pause.
Yep.
Have some fun.
Yeah, no, we love
Absolutely.
it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so we got a lot going on. Patrick, we got more stories. We got
We got Rick
Ricky.
Sells Naples.
Rick sells Naples. See, get a little bit of update on what's going on.
We got the number
in the real estate world.
847th top ranked real estate agent in Southwest Florida. Not just kidding.
He's
This
up
guy's
on
moving
8,000.
units.
He's up on 8,000.
Definitely in the
What's up,
top
buddy?
8,000.
Yeah.
My man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ricky.
Let's go. Grab a seat, put the headsets on, get ready to talk.
Yeah,
we want
let's
to know,
talk, baby.
We want to know everything.
Hey, Kev.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Kev.
it. Get the pictures. Ricky, can you hear us?
Oh, I can hear you.
We good?
Yes, sir.
Look at best looking general contractor right there. Face him
little
right.
pic,
No
little
disrespect, Blake Becker.
There we go.
Thank you, Kev.
Yeah. So we got the one and only Ricky Haas on here. Ricky, I've known you for about.
Hold on.
Hold on.
I want you to do it.
It's your boy, the one and only Rick Haas, Marzuk Real Estate, Haas Homes, coming at you here live, 239 Podcast. Let's go.
All right.
love it.
I like it.
I love it.
He's got the talent. He's got the
He's
gift.
definitely got the talent.
He's got the gift.
He's got the looks. He's got the talent. He's got the swag. As I say, Rick Haas is the future.
Let's go, baby. I'm ready.
Hey, fun nights Friday night at the concert, Legends concert.
It was awesome.
Rick, yeah,
it was
it was
awesome.
You're there every month, right? You're there.
Yeah,
pretty
I
much
try-
every
I try to
month.
be there every month.
What was your favorite one that you've seen so far at the Legends concert, as far as the performances?
Honestly,
acts?
that one was probably
That one
of my
was
favorite
good.
ones.
The
then
weather
that-
was nice.
The
right?
weather
Oh,
was
the weather was
absolutely
perfect.
perfect.
Yeah.
Patrick Dearborn was jamming. And then
Look at the comments. You guys got to look at these comments.
man, I tell you, between Kevin and Ricky, I mean,
boy.
I have to put. I'm surprised there's no female stalkers out here. You guys really classing up the joint.
Oh man, yeah, that's a good one. Chickabee, you're always keeping us going. We haven't seen Meredith say anything lately, but no, it's good.
Meredith's just chilling.
Yeah,
She's
no, it's
watching.
good. Yeah, very good time though. Nice weather. Everything was good.
Yeah.
The crowd was amazing.
Good crowd.
I think Mike Randall put on a really good show.
He did.
Great respect for our veterans. And
Absolutely.
again, we keep saying it.
I'm excited about the one next month, Bon Jovi tribute and Journey tribute. We're going to get Kevin out to that. We'll get you out. Come as our guest for the next one.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah.
So how you guys been? Let me ask you guys some questions. How you been?
Oh, I appreciate that. Busy. A lot going on, but good busy. You know, got a lot of content just from live podcasts, and I'm helping produce a couple different podcasts in the studio. And then got ours. We just had Alexander Duran and drawing a blank here, but Scarfo Group.
Yeah.
So we had them on our podcast, and they were a lot of fun. So trying to get some reels up for them. Got to get some reels up for Francesca. But good, man. Life is good.
Anytime I pull up social media, you guys are all over it. So you guys are killing it.
Yeah, Patrick's a machine. He keeps it going good here. The studio's going very well. I think on Friday we had like 14 minutes in between podcasts. We had people running, going.
Friday, if you want to talk about between podcasts and then people want to get a tour of the studio. Busy day. Then obviously went to the concert and got a chance to have my daughter Saturday, Sunday. Big shout out to Ricky Haas. Got me backstage at the Sugar Shack.
Yeah, I got you in the green room.
You got me in the green room, yeah.
That's good.
And I didn't know,
Steve.
Ricky, how are you involved with Good Intentions Band? Because stupid me, I didn't even realize it till the other day.
So I was actually introduced to Steve Hagenbuckle through Lauren Rossi. And they were like forming a band and needed a sound guy. So she introduced me to him. And I actually run sound for another band called Rock Republic. And all through my 20s, I actually toured.
Sound band.
Yeah. So I actually toured in my 20s with a rock reggae band, nationally touring all over the country called SWFL. They had like 2 albums that hit top 3 Billboard charts and everything. So it was really cool through my 20s to tour. And I started out as their investor. And
did you have short hair? Or did you have
I had long hair.
Oh, we want to see a
I could
picture.
See a rock
you want to see a picture?
Okay.
Pull up something.
Yeah, it was, man, it was cool. I miss my long hair. I honestly do. So I did that all through my 20s.
Probably was so much real estate with the long hair.
Did you have it kind of matted up? Did you kind of have
No,
it
it was
matted up?
long,
rocker
luxurious.
Yeah,
it was great.
We gotta get the Ricky. Maybe we can get the.
Let's see here.
Our camera back.
There we go.
Oh, look at that!
You look
Whoa!
Look like
Look at that. We gotta.
trying to.
Can you? I don't know if you can put it up on the.
Put it in the comment. Can you put it in the comments?
Put it in the live comments. I think I can try to bring it up here in a minute. But
Here, I'm gonna send it to you, Patrick, because you're quicker with the live.
yeah, send it over to Pat. But yeah, Ricky's looking all.
Fax it over.
You're looking good, man, with the hair, long hair.
Kind of look like
flowing and
George Kittle.
yeah, just kidding. I do like the clean cut because I'm a military police guy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Selling houses in Naples, that was not gonna fly.
Yeah.
Not in Naples. Maybe California or Colorado. You could get away with that, but probably not in Naples.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I did that all through my 20s, and then that band kind of ended, and
Ricky,
we went with
bring
Rock
that up
Republic.
real quick. I think I can get it. Let me see. I think I can get it here. Let's
I'm putting. Let me see if it'll
see. We got. Here we go. Let's see. You guys, for the comments, please like before or after.
And who does that remind you? Because it's.
It looks like Kittle, kind of.
It looks like Kittle, but I'm trying to think. Someone else come to Spicoli in Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Yeah, tell us who he looks like. I got my mother on. That's always good, Mom. It's always good.
Mama G.
Yeah, Mama G.
I think you look better with the short
Keep
hair.
it on clean, Ricky. Keep on clean, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Rick. Hey, you liked it back then. Did you, when you had longer hair, did you get like a lot of attention? Do you have more now or more then? You got the sleeve
Look
going.
at him laughing. He's like, I do all right either way. I'm good.
No, actually, long hair, yeah.
Different people.
Yeah, but at that time, it was like really cool to have long hair. Everybody was having long hair at that time. Now everybody's going to the short hair.
When was that? What circa? What?
Oh man, that was 2000. 2012 to 2019.
Okay. So you cut your hair for COVID, basically.
Yeah.
You went short during COVID.
They said if I didn't have short hair, I'm going to get COVID. So
yeah, it would
short
get in your
hair.
hair. Fair enough.
That
What are
was
some
part
of
of it with the arrows in Publix.
What are some of your favorite bands?
Oh, man. What genre are we talking about?
Just, well, rock.
Rock?
Yeah.
I mean, all the classics, like Leonard Skinner and
Who
The
would be
Doors and all them.
What would be like your top 5 if you had to put together a top 5 list?
Top 5.
The infamous top 5 list. Because like Tim Jarrett, like I know you'd put
I'm
like
a-
Culture
like I
Club
said,
and Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, I'm like a
but-
big Van Halen. I remember Kiss was huge.
Yeah.
We used to draw Kiss.
Saw Kiss at Hertz Arena. I forgot what it was. I don't even think it was Jermaine
Was
or
Gene,
anything. like that.
was Gene there?
Yeah. It was one of their final tours, which they've done like 80 of them.
Yeah, they say Gene Simmons does nothing for free. Like if you want to get a picture, if you want it, like he's the marketing guru.
You know how much money it costs to probably stick that tongue out?
I bet.
It's gotta be
I bet
$50,000.
Yeah, he's probably like, I'll come up. But I heard he does absolutely nothing hardly for free.
So my favorite
Yeah.
rock and roll band, Motley Crue.
Mine too.
I love Motley
Mine
Crue.
too.
They
I see them
roll.
every year. They put on a great show.
Shit, I was going to use that song for that picture that we took backstage. I was going to use a Motley Crue song. But yeah, I've seen Motley Crue. I've seen them at Germain when
Yeah.
they played Germain. I've seen them in Tampa, the Ice Palace Arena, Sunrise, and I've seen them in Prague too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just happened to be in Czech Republic and they were there.
Yeah, they play at the Hard Rock over there in Hollywood.
I've seen them at the
Yeah,
Hard
every year.
Rock too.
They do
yeah.
that every
yeah.
year, right? Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much, yeah.
What's your favorite-
I've seen them there.
What's your top 3 favorite Motley Crue songs? And in the audience, if you're a Motley Crue fan, what's your favorite Motley Crue song?
I mean, Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
Always.
Classic.
Live. I like Live Wire.
Yep.
Kickstart My Heart. I mean,
What's your favorite album, Motley Crue album?
it was I don't know the name of the album, but it's
Yeah.
the one with
What?
the two face
Circus
mask, the
one?
pink
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
That was Theater of Pain.
Theater of Pain.
That's
Right.
what Home
Love
Sweet
Theater,
Home
yeah.
was on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to Devil's Mind.
Funny story. I was at the Motley Crue concert over there, and
What,
I
at
got
Jermaine?
over at Hard Rock, and I got to meet Stormy Daniels. It was just amazing. Who's that? She's rough, man.
Who's that?
That girl's been through some.
I don't know who Stormy Daniels is.
Don't know? Yeah.
Fill me in, Tim.
Yeah.
Who's Stormy Daniels?
That's your. Yeah, I don't know. Donald Trump. I don't want to say anything.
Yeah.
The one that allegedly.
Do you know who Stormy Daniels is?
I know who Stormy
Okay.
Daniels is. Who does
I don't know who it is. I'm
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, Patrick
I don't watch
knows.
that stuff. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, Stormy Daniels. That's
We
claim to
take this
fame.
show off the rails.
But it's good. No, it's good.
The show's going downhill quick.
Yeah.
Motley Crue. What do we got for Motley Crue? Can you sing a little bit? Of
I
Motley
cannot
Crue?
sing. Can you sing?
Man, my friends are going to start laughing if I start singing. But I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home sweet home.
Definitely stick to real estate, but not,
yeah,
not
yeah, I'm
terrible.
gonna
Better
stick-
than me.
I
No,
mean, I can.
That's pretty good
Yeah.
to get to that point.
So back in the day with the reggae band, they would bring me up on stage to do one song, and it was Shaggy Angel. So I can nail that if you want me to hit that.
Go
I
ahead.
mean, seriously, we got you doing this. You kidding me?
All right, watch this for a white boy. The life is one big party when you're still young, but who's gonna have your back when it's all done? It's all good when you're little, you're pure fun. Can be a fool, son. What about the long run?
Wow,
He good. He good.
that was great.
Ricky's gonna get all the women.
Patrick
now.
Dearborn, I bet you can't do that.
No,
Yeah.
you can't do that.
Next question.
Oh,
Or do more push-ups.
You think you could do more push-ups than Patrick Dearborn?
How many did he do?
Well, hey, I don't think
Patrick
he did
didn't
it.
do any yet.
No, he's talking about Patrick Dearborn.
Yeah, no, Patrick didn't do it. Did he do a couple?
Not, hold on. You're saying here on live TV that you, Ricky Haas, can do more push-ups than Patrick Dearborn.
I'm saying here on live TV, I can do twice as many push-ups as Patrick Dearborn.
Twice.
Wow.
Twice.
You got a shots fired button because shots were just fired. So you're going to be involved in this push-up contest.
Yep.
We got a couple other people already. Kevin's signed up to go. Pat,
I'm trying to find the shots fired.
yeah, that wasn't shots fired.
That's
That was
close.
more like,
That's Tinkerbell.
Yeah.
That's Tinkerbell. Well, we do this. Yeah, there you go.
who would win in a push-up contest? Patrick Dearborn or Rick Haas?
I'm definitely going to go with Ricky on this one. I got to. Because he got him by age.
I
Ricky,
know-
what are you,
yeah.
like 34?
34. I'm 28.
Oh,
No, I'm 37. I'm 37.
37. I was like, damn. But you never
pretty
know
damn good
nowadays.
for
I did
37.
pretty. I was for 34. That's pretty good.
I play this game with my girlfriend all the time.
You ask people, guess your age.
Yeah. We usually like set the bar when we go out, and I always. She doesn't like playing anymore because I get like 27, 28.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll guess her age, and it's a little older than mine, and she gets real mad about it, even though she's younger. So, yeah, I mean, it's fun for me to play, but we don't play anymore because it's not fun for us.
So I want to know, the audience, who would win in a push-up contest, Patrick Dearborn or Rick Haas?
They're loading up.
Ricky, I'm going.
Pat Jira.
I'm going Pat Dearborn. I love you, Ricky, but Pat Dearborn.
Pat Jira's in love with Pat Dearborn, though. That's
the same name.
Look, Sharka knows.
It's the same name.
She's like, yeah.
Sharka and Ricky.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
I'm gonna put my money on Pat.
I'm definitely going with. I'm definitely going.
What do
So
you mean?
I got
What do you mean
okay.
I'm
I'll
in
give a
love
shout
with
out to Pat.
Dearborn? What the hell?
I'll give
I'm going with
I'll
Ricky
give
all
a
the
shout
way.
out to Dearborn. So I've got him on age, but that guy works out like crazy.
I know he does.
Like I'm not getting up at 5 to work out. I'm just not.
Yeah, 4:30 in the morning.
Pat Dearborn does work out. I believe he does, but it's kind of interesting that every time he works out, he's on video.
Yeah.
So he puts it on there. He did a cold plunge. I don't know who we got coming up
I
here.
have no idea.
They're probably for the neighbors, but
You strapped because
I don't know.
I hope so.
We're in the studio right now. We have no security. We have nothing. So yeah.
I thought that was Dearborn pulling up. I was gonna get out of
Not
here.
in that thing.
Pat Dearborn
You
is
would never
pulling in
catch
now.
Pat Dearborn pulling up
Did
in that thing.
Did you do a tag on Pat Dearborn?
I did do a tag.
Yeah. This guy's like,
Let me-
I'm going to come
let
in
me
and do
see.
the push-up contest.
Yeah.
No, he's going next door.
Good.
Oh, man, that guy looked like he could take me in push-ups.
Yeah, he can take you in push-ups,
That guy looks
man.
like he
Yeah.
takes
He's got that
something-
redneck strength.
Looks like
Yeah,
he takes
yeah,
something
yeah.
else. But
But no, that's good. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely go with Ricky. Pat's in good shape, though. I'm not going to lie. That guy's in good shape.
Pat is in good shape, and he'd probably do the cold plunge and then knock out. How many push-ups can you do? You think?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's.
I've never gone
And
for
then
a
when
record.
you're actually in a competition, you're going to push yourself to do more too. But that would be, and we should get someone to sponsor that. Ricky Haas versus Patrick Dearborn push-up challenge.
I'm going to definitely go with. I love Patrick. He's got about 40 years on Ricky. So I'm gonna go with Ricky.
Patrick Dearborn's watching, so we're asking the audience, Pat, who would win in a push-up contest? Yourself, D. Patrick Dearborn, or Rick Haas? I'm going with Pat Dearborn. I'm Team Pat.
I'm going with Ricky, but I think Pat's going to probably throw in the towel now. I think he's going to be like, hey, I'm not taking on Ricky. I
Let
don't
me
know.
tell you something. Pat Dearborn doesn't back away from a challenge. Yeah, absolutely.
Never back down, right?
I don't know. Let's see.
Never back down.
Never surrender.
Don't do it, he said. Don't do it. He
challenged you
Look,
on live.
He said Ricky.
Damn, Pat.
I told him, I said, Pat's not going to do it.
He's trying to get in my head. I see that.
And I love Pat. But
Reverse psychologically.
I don't know. Let's see.
Who's going to sell more units this month?
Let's set a date. I'm showing up 239 Live.
I'm warning you.
This could get
You've
big.
been,
This could get big.
You've been warned. Look at Pat's new profile. And you're going to challenge that guy? And it looks like
Pat
freaking
Dearborn.
All right,
like
I
Rocky
quit.
3.
I quit.
I
don't know. That looks photoshopped.
Warning you. That's what he's
Why is that
AI.
photo Photoshop? That's AI.
Yeah. I promise you, not a shot. We're trying to figure out which way.
I'm going with Pat.
Pat,
You guys
are you going with Ricky or are you going with yourself? Because Pat,
Are you asking Patrick Dearborn?
Yeah, because he did put
I'm
Ricky
going with
Haas on
Patrick
there.
Dearborn.
I'm going with Ricky, but
Next question.
I respect it.
I love Ricky, but I'll do more in 30 seconds than he does all day.
Are we talking about regular or clap push-ups?
Oh, now we're getting into some fancy trick stuff.
Yeah, we love Ricky, but we got to get that going. You guys game? Because
I'm in.
Friday push-up contest.
When do you wanna do
239. Oh,
Friday?
we can't do Friday because we're in Lely.
Yeah, Friday we're gonna be at Lely. We're gonna be live from Lely.
We'll pick a date next week.
I'm ready.
Maybe we'll get some people to donate, sponsor. We'll donate the money to charity.
Yeah,
How's
no,
that
we
sound?
can do that. We can do that.
I'm in. Let's go.
You in, Pat Dearborn? Ricky's in.
We're not
239 Live's in. You could do it at the Ritz, and then you guys can do a cold plunge live.
Ricky wasn't on, but we got to ask him about the lottery too. What's his deal with the lottery? What would you do?
Full push-ups, Pat Dearborn says he could do 78 in 60 seconds.
That's it?
Next question.
That's it?
78 in 60 seconds?
78. I thought you could have done more.
Is that a good number? I don't know. I could do about 20.
Full push-ups. Full push-ups.
So, lottery question.
Yeah.
How much am I winning?
50 million.
Let's go with 50 million. I mean, just an easy,
million.
small amount.
Okay,
Let's go
50
with
million.
What are we going to do? Break it down. And please jump in. We got a little bit on the...
I mean,
Since
I'd definitely be
86.
giving back to different organizations and charities and stuff like that. Personally, I would definitely pay off my parents' house for them. I'd pay off both my sisters' houses, my brother's house.
It's a good brother.
I'd take care of the family first. And then, I'd probably have to go to Europe for a month. I've never been to Europe. Always
Really?
want to
You've
go.
never been to Europe?
Yeah.
Never.
Where in Europe do you want to go to?
Everywhere. I just want to take the train and hit every country and
Every country.
see everything I can. And I would definitely do that. But when I got back, it'd all go into real estate.
Yeah.
I'd buy all new construction homes, have them paid off, rent them out right away. So that way I have residual 10, 15, 20K coming in a month.
Would you,
And just live off that and not touch the other money.
did you buy from Patrick Dearborn?
Yeah, as long as he gives me all the commission on it.
Because he's warning you. He says, warning you, Ricky.
He was telling you, brother. He says, telling you, brother.
Speaking of real estate, Tim, if you want to pull up the slide about the new construction that's selling, and maybe we get Ricky's thoughts.
Well, let's talk a little bit. Can we do just a little bit on the
Whatever you want,
the Naples billionaire story?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about
Naples has billionaires?
Naples. Got a few
They
billionaires.
got a few.
And I'm not on the list by any stretch, but
You're close. You just missed the.
how about $1 billion? $1 billion. You can fathom? It's 1,000 million.
I don't know what I'd do with
1,000
that.
million.
How do you spend that?
I'd be a little
How
bit
do you use
nervous
it?
if I had $1 billion. I'd
Yeah.
be like, I'd probably self-destruct on that.
Actually, I met this guy, Shahid Khan. Actually,
Owner of the Jags,
Owner
still
of the
living.
Jags, yeah.
Is he living? Does he live in Bonita or Naples? Anybody know that
I
for
thought
sure?
it was Naples.
Yeah.
thought Port Royal, but
And then you got Mr. Schmeeding, good guy, runs Arthrex. Hey, think about
Great
how
facility,
Yeah,
Arthrex.
think about how much Arthrex does for our community. I'm not biased. My wife does work there, but
Yeah.
they just do so much. I
They
mean,
do.
if you think about it, I think there are 5,000 plus employees. He started out in his garage. I heard the story. He used to actually go to these conventions where they would sell orthopedic tools and things like that, and he'd have his own table. And when he couldn't go to the bathroom because he was afraid that he was going to come back and something was going to be gone. That's big money. But to start out, and I think he's got numerous, like 500-600 patents. Amazing what he's done for Collier County, and big shout out to Arthrex for all they do. And they give a lot of money away. They do,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they do so much for Collier County.
it's like the Bakers, the Crowns.
Yeah,
My mom says he lives in Naples.
Does he
Khan,
live?
yeah.
Yeah. Because I know at one time, well, he owns the Jags, so he what does he fly up obviously for the day to watch the game? Or?
I'm sure he's got probably a place in Jacksonville too. He could probably afford a little pad
You
in
think he
Jackson.
can?
Yeah.
That would be fun to be an owner of a football team.
It would be a
That'd be so
lot of
much
fun,
fun.
and it's a very hard group to get in. Like the
Yeah.
NFL owners, like they
Like a
just
cult.
Like a Freemason small cult, and they're very picky on who they let in because think about it, it's only 32 owners, so
Yeah.
it's a very exclusive club. And great story on Mr. Khan though, because he literally
This little bulldog running around.
there's all kinds of stuff going on.
This is crazy.
I mean, self-made guy, took out a loan, started his own business, ended up selling to Toyota, and great story. Definitely, kind of like a rags riches, American dream. So there's a lot going on here. Dogs running around.
Yeah, it gets crazy. What about some of these TikTokers? There's a girl over in Miami. She's like 20 years old. She makes about $60 million a year on TikTok or Instagram and social media.
What does she do on TikTok? Just like a dancer? Or
Well, I think she does a
Feed
little.
pics?
I
What are
think
we
she
talking
does
about
a
here?
little side job on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans. Yeah, a little side job on OnlyFans.
that's probably where most of the money comes
But
from.
man, that's some money.
Whatever happened to the Haktua girl? You don't see her around
I
anymore.
heard
but
she got kind of.
capitalized.
Yeah, I heard she kind of got
She-
jacked
but
up
she-
doing some Bitcoin for herself, and then.
Oh, she lost money in Bitcoin.
Well, no, I think she started like
Or her
some
own coin.
coin, and then it wasn't.
it didn't take
The
off.
it
or it was
wasn't
a
through,
scam.
went through the proper way, and
Yeah,
it was
lost
kind of
money on
scamish
it.
and stuff like that. So yeah, she kind of lost a little
I
bit.
know she was like printing out like merch and T-shirts. And
The merch was big for about a week, but then she was doing like club performances in different venues, like a host. So I'm sure she did okay. She capitalized on it. She had her 15 minutes of fame, and
should have started that OnlyFans right away.
right. Well, that's probably coming next now after.
Well, are you still doing
Go ahead.
pictures on there? Or what are you doing?
Tim.
Yeah, how much you making off that?
So look, me,
Hey,
not enough.
Big question: Would you
$2
would you pay for OnlyFans feet
for
Jira?
So
I mean,
you can tell the story because people don't realize our inside jokes and they just probably think we're weird, which we are. So we're doing a tour of the studio. We got a couple prospective clients coming in the studio on Friday, and I don't know if it was the first lady or the second lady that came in, and Tim, she's like, I'll let you guys go. I know you guys are busy. I said, yeah, we've got a lot more content we need to shoot for the day, or have a lot more content we need to get out. And Tim tells this lady who's in her 50s, yeah, Pat's got to shoot some content for his OnlyFans.
so we're like, we can kind of figure out, we can kind of feel it.
Yeah, you can feel out who you can joke. We started joking at
pretty nice.
Yeah,
we're really joking. Nice. But what do we say about, like, I guess you can't just put your feet.
So someone I forgot who told us, but then they said it's the whole price. If you do feet, you got to put your feet in like freaking different things, like jars of
Jell-O
mayonnaise and
peanut butter
or whatever. Yeah, like you got to do different stuff. Would you do an OnlyFans for your feet?
I do it for my feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would too if someone paid me.
Who? All right, let's see who would pay for Patrick's and who would pay for Ricky's OnlyFans.
Wow, that's
can we?
I probably got bigger feet. What shoe size do you have?
11.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah.
You really got 14.
Go big or go home. Yeah.
Bigger's not always better.
No, it doesn't. Yeah. Well,
It's the way you stick your foot in the
opinions
peanut
vary,
butter.
I guess.
Hey, I got to remind you, Patrick's mom's on.
Remember,
my mom's
Mom.
on. Yeah. Hey, Mom. Hey, how you guys doing? No, we're uncensored here.
Yeah, I think my mom's watching too. Oh boy.
Oh, is she? Yeah, there you go.
No,
we got a lot of people on today watching.
You took it off the rails here with the
Yeah.
Speaking of TikTok, Tim, perfect
yeah.
transition. We got a local influencer in Collier County that's made headline news.
It's kind of interesting that how much money these kids can make and how big they can get. I got a little video of this kid, and he's not just a kid that is on TikTok. It's a friend of ours that met his mom. She's super nice. Jackie's helped out in a lot of campaigns locally.
She's great. Yeah.
But here's just a little video clip of some of the stuff that they're
Buzzcut. So I'm here with him right now. His haircut. You excited?
Let's do it.
This kid's like, all right, I'm gonna do it,
bro. What pattern are you gonna get?
Probably just no pattern.
No pattern.
No
You're
pattern.
gonna keep it blonde.
These kids are doing.
You're gonna dye it.
You do that with Patrick. I got my hair cut. Got nothing.
Oh, we're here. Let's go. We got the clippers out. Oh.
No, we're not doing it. I'm just kidding. We're just gonna make a haircut.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'm doing your buzz.
Yeah,
Over a million views on this.
No, I would not.
Yeah.
These kids
Are you kidding me right now? I came all the way here and you're not buzzing?
Yeah, basically.
Bro.
You got April Fools.
It's April 2nd, bro.
Who cares?
Alright, here's his buzz cut.
Looks better, right?
That's what's gonna happen on when you guys do your push-up contest. I'm just kidding. I wasn't really gonna do that.
It's funny. I
think Ricky's game.
I started off my senior year of high school bald. I buzzed my whole head.
So you went with all the hair. Jackie and the.
Did you go to high school down here?
Yeah.
What high school?
Golf Coast.
Man, a lot of golf courses in the house today.
Yeah.
Probably like the 4th best school in Collier County, so big shout out to them.
Yeah, 4th.
Meredith, there was an ad at Barnes & Noble who wanted to pay you $500 for feet or what?
What
was it for, Meredith?
Yeah, what are we talking
I'm
about?
That could be
I'm
anything.
interested. I'm
I don't
interested.
know.
It's a lot I'll do for $500.
There's a lot. There's a lot, yeah.
Real estate's a little slow.
Is Barnes & Noble still around? They just remodel it?
What's that?
Did they just remodel? Is Barnes &
No,
Noble
Barnes &
still?
Noble, they moved down the road.
Yeah.
They moved down the road, yeah.
My daughter loves Barnes & Noble.
That's a good place to take the kids.
She says, Meredith says there are people who will pay you to suck on their toes.
Is
I'm
that what
sure.
you wrote?
I mean,
Well, I'm sure.
there's people that pay for anything. Yeah,
And she goes, these kids are amazing.
you're
Yeah,
all
I
over
think
the place, Meredith.
Well, the thing
What's
is,
the
Meredith,
$500 ad? Because
you're seeing comments from Meredith on there, and then they're not
Yeah,
popping
no
up
worries.
on mine yet. But yeah,
I just want to know what this $500 is for, because I'll eat a cockroach live on TV for $500.
So that was an interesting story
With Old Bay,
conversation.
if it's
Old
got-
Bay seasoning. He said he'd do a cockroach. I go, I'm not going to let you do that on my.
Put Old
on
Bay,
the
because
show.
we were talking about how if you put Old Bay on pretty much anything, it makes it taste good. I said, you put Old Bay on a freaking cockroach, it'll freaking taste good.
They serve like crickets and grasshoppers and stuff like that at
Thailand.
Epcot.
Oh, at Epcot?
Yeah, in Mexico and Epcot. Oh
Really?
yeah, you got to go in the
I didn't
little.
know
You got to go in the little
Did you
tequila
try
bar
it?
in Epcot. Oh, they're great.
Yeah,
Hold on,
the
hold on.
little
My
down-
girl won't kiss me after it, but they're great.
Grasshoppers and what?
Yeah, it's like they're like
The
grasshoppers. I think.
worm, right on the bottom, like the little. Don't they have the little worm at the bottom of the tequila bottle?
I did actually do the worm. So last week I was in Mexico for 4 days. I just went down there by myself. I do these random trips where I'll just go somewhere by myself. I don't care. I've gone to like Peru, Machu Picchu by myself.
saw
So I want to
that.
see the 7 wonders of the world, the new 7 wonders. So I went to Machu Picchu a couple of years ago by myself for 4 days. And then last week I went down to Mexico to see Chichen Itza, the other temples down there, the Mayan temples, which was
saw that.
phenomenal. But it was breathtaking. It was very spiritual, very just in awe of how they built it and everything.
Yeah.
And
pretty
but so we it was a whole day, 12-hour trip thing. And then we stopped off at another city that the Spanish created to look for El Dorado, the city of gold, which of course was never found. But they created this whole city out there, probably about 45 minutes away from the temples, and there was tequila tasting, which the tequila was it's like drinking water.
Amazing.
Yeah, no.
Like you don't flinch at all. And then
You have enough of it.
so she's like, you got to, the taster was like, you got to try this one. And she's like, but there's only one shot left. And I see the yellow worm. She's like, there's a worm in there. And I said,
I'm game.
you only
Got
die
it.
once, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
you
so
gotta
I
do it.
said, go ahead and pour it up. And the worm fell out into the cup. She's like, are you sure you want to do it? And I mean, I already had like 4 or 5
I was gonna say, how many
shots
drinks
at that
were you
point,
in
so it
at
didn't
that
matter.
point?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
I took the worm, ate
Yeah.
the worm. 15 minutes later, that worm is packed with tequila.
Yeah.
So it got you.
Holy
So,
cow.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've done the I did
Worm
the, did the
marinated
worm
tequila.
once. That was it.
It tasted like one of those gummy worms. It wasn't
Chewy?
bad.
Chewy?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't bad.
No, it's fermented. I mean, you don't have to worry about anything. It's
Yeah.
perfectly good. But I can't have
Yeah,
you,
the alcohol killed
I
it.
can't have you eating cockroaches with Old Bay on my. I mean, he's gonna go
Experiment.
down. That lady, there was a lady did like 9 of them cockroaches, and they freaking found her dead.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Is it bad?
Oh.
I put a lot worse stuff in my body. I think
Yeah,
a cockroach probably won't hurt.
What else we got? What else we got? We got a lot going on. A lot of people were jumping in against Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Elon Musk.
I
and
saw you out there protesting.
Yeah, right. I drive a Tesla. I can't tell you. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous about where you park that thing now. You know.
Yeah, really?
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I mean,
Yeah.
come
Not in
on.
Naples so much, but maybe if you
Yeah,
went to like a
Naples-
bigger.
Naples is great, but yeah, I mean, I parked it down on Marco, and I wasn't too concerned.
Yeah, well, I think you're safe. Marco, you could freaking
Yeah.
the door's probably unlocked. But yeah, a lot of people not happy. Elon Musk and the tariffs, and I know Mike. If Mike is still in here, he actually sent me the video. Actually, now
Isn't it funny how everybody became a tariff expert right after they started talking about it? It's like everybody's like, oh, it's bad, it's horrible. It's like, you do any research on how this works?
Yeah, yeah.
They have no idea.
And I'm not really all that knowledgeable about it. All I know is, and it's pretty based down, boiled, is like when we export our stuff, they tariff the shit out of us. And then when
big time.
when we allow it to come in our country, there's hardly anything on it.
Yeah.
And it's not fair.
Yeah.
And you know, we've got to find a balance to where everybody is fair. And I think that's what Donald Trump's trying to do. We are going to go through a little bit of a
times.
shock and awe here at first. And it's going to, I mean, I went and looked at my account the other day and I'm like, I don't like it, but I'm willing to take it. And, you know,
It's going to be a shock to
get
the
this
system.
thing, get this thing back on a base where we can
You
get
have to.
the thing going.
Yeah.
And the market needed a little correction anyway. Maybe not this quickly and drastically, but it was bound to, you know, have a fix a little bit. So he's got to stay the course. You know, he's doing what's best for America, and
Obviously, what was happening before wasn't working.
wasn't
so-
working, and he ran on this too. So it's not a big surprise. It's what he talked about doing, or finally doing. I mean, he was talking about doing this in the '80s when he was on Oprah, and that that America should.
And America's done this before, and we became very wealthy. It was the early 1900s. I think it was like 1914 or 1980, somewhere around there.
Yeah, and
We
had
did
the
it before.
industrial boom too. And
Yeah.
the concern I have, and we talked about it this morning, is, you know, are America's ready to go back to work again? Because you got to admit, a lot of us Americans are going to do certain jobs, and we have to retrain ourselves to say, hey, listen, no, we're going to go back into manufacturing. We're going to go back into the power plants, the manufacturers, the get down nitty gritty type jobs, and do those, because now we're going to have to, instead of depending on who wants to depend on another country. We saw how that really worked out during COVID, right? I mean, people didn't realize, if some of these other countries shut us down, medications, things like that, we'd be in big trouble. Let's bring it back to our country and let's produce everything we need. You want to be self-sufficient, and it just blows my mind that people don't understand that concept.
Yeah.
Well, they want everything now and cheap, and sometimes you got to go through a process, and it's going to take a little time. And that's why I think he's doing a lot of this stuff as quickly as he is, because really you got the midterms coming up in about 18 months, and if we don't do well in the midterms, then you kind of become a lame duck president for 2 years. So you got to get this stuff done now. So he's moving at,
Do you think they'll allow him to run a third term?
No.
I don't think they will.
Thrown out there.
Yeah, and
No, zero chance.
To be quite honest with you, I think at a certain
wouldn't
point
want to.
you gotta go with what's there on the books.
Yeah,
and the
you
rules.
can't
Yeah,
rewrite. Yeah.
rewrite
Constitution
it all.
and-
Because
It wouldn't
I
be
think
bad.
I think 4 years. I think 4 years from now, Donald Trump is going to be.
And he's going to be what?
You know how like right now he doesn't really care.
Yeah.
When I say care, he says what he wants, does what he wants. Man, another 4 years it would be. He's getting a little bit older.
You're a little bit older,
Yeah.
yeah. Sapp said they all went and protested.
Who would you guys think is going to be the president after?
Well, I mean,
Like who the Republicans would?
well, you got to say J.D. Vance because he's the vice president. So, naturally he'd probably be the favorite next in line. But there's going to be some people that, I'm sure going to want to challenge him. And, I think Nikki Haley would probably run again. Byron will be governor of Florida at the time. So I think Byron.
Shout out to Byron.
Team Donalds. Tulsi Gabbard maybe comes to mind. But J.D. Vance would be the clear-cut favorite.
Yeah.
And then for the Democrats, I don't even know who they would prop up at this point.
Oh, they throw Newsom in there. That's their future.
I don't know. Newsom and Booker. I mean, AOC. It's just it's a weak
It's
bench.
a scary bench
It's
over
a
there.
scary, but
Scary
it's really
bench.
not as strong.
No,
it's really
it's not strong.
They don't have anyone kind of lurking.
And I think personally they would eat their own, because to get to
100%.
where they need to go, like AOC. I mean, really, if you think about her, they throw out questions at her all the time. She has no clue what she's talking about.
She's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she's an idiot, but she's definitely not the. She's not it. Yeah.
No, she's an idiot.
Because like Kamala Harris, in all fairness, like she sounds stupid. She sounds like an idiot, but I don't think she's really that. You can't be, freaking law degree, attorney general of California. Probably doesn't communicate well, maybe.
Yeah.
But
It's not her. It's who's writing the teleprompter. They're just writing the same thing.
Well, but the problem is I don't
Same
think
script.
she can't even go off the teleprompter and like on a human level answer a question normally. So, I don't know if it's just bad people skills or what, but definitely not it. And AOC, I mean, definitely no one lurking for the Democrats that concerns me.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a shit show when somebody starts to come up and as it gets closer.
Pete Buttigieg.
Yeah, we got some like
he did a great job as
transportation secretary. Yeah,
great work.
Yeah, well, you hate to say it, but the crash has happened on current watch, but it was building
Right.
up. Yeah, without a doubt.
Sapp said, they all went and protested before they left to go back to Massachusetts.
Yeah, it's true. Deputy shoots dog, and that's always a big thing, and people don't really understand how that works.
Yeah, East Naples.
I can kind of tell you a little bit about it.
Go ahead. Yeah, I want to hear about it.
So, I will tell you that there's nobody more loving of dogs and animals than probably a deputy sheriff that comes out to your house and understands that dogs are there to protect. But the problem is when you got a dog, vicious dogs coming to your house, you got to do what you got to do. And nobody wants to, as a police officer, shoot anything, let alone a dog, right? But again, those things can be pretty vicious. I know in real estate, I've been out in the estates, and those dogs come out after me
on the campaign.
It would count on the campaign. It's
Everglades City.
Yeah, it was scared the hell out of me. But sometimes you don't have a choice, and I know that the deputies, because what happens is, I know the sheriff's office put out a nice press release and told them a little bit about what happened. They responded to 3 German Shepherds that were acting aggressively in the neighborhood. Deputy goes out, responds. It's not like a deputy can, there's 3 dogs, I can't deal with this. He or she's got to make contact with that owner and get that issue resolved. So When the deputy in this case went and did it, ended up having to dispatch one of these dogs. So never a good thing.
No, that's got to be
and
tough.
definitely something that the deputies do not want to have to deal with. I know personally the guy that shot the lion, the
At the
tiger,
zoo?
or whatever,
Naples
the
Zoo?
tiger, yeah, the Naples Zoo, man, he caught like a bunch of shit for that. The guy had the guy's arm in his mouth.
That guy shouldn't have his
Ripped-
arm in the.
Well, you can't feed him a Pop-Tart.
I-
Yeah, that's what he was doing.
Was
He
it a
yeah,
Pop-Tart?
he was reaching through the thing, trying to give the guy. And what happened was the freaking tiger grabs onto it and then just ripped.
Yeah, that was sad. That was really.
Lions like F that Pop-Tart.
I want
Yeah.
that. I want the whole thing. Yeah, wait, freaking Pop Tart to a
I think
tiger.
a lion,
It's
yeah,
freaking-
the tiger's gonna be like, oh yeah.
yeah, I'm satisfied. Yeah,
Oh, I want a Pop-Tart.
Like
That's
that blueberry.
good. Yeah, that's good. This time of year, we see a lot of restaurants coming and going and closing, and usually what they do is get through the season and they
then
wrap it up.
Wrap
you
it
know?
up, and you're going to see this happening more and more because there's just so many restaurants in Naples, Southwest Florida. You see new ones opening up almost on a daily basis. So it's going to be tough, and a lot of places have been around for a while. 11 years is a pretty good run. You're going to see them closing because you just can't survive throughout the throughout the year. You can have a good season, but when it comes to summer, you better hope you have some bucks squared away. And what a competitive field! I mean, there's just so many restaurants in Naples, Southwest Florida, and it's cutthroat.
It's tough down here.
Yeah.
Very tough with season.
Yeah, and
That's
there's
why you
so
sell
many.
feet picks during the summer.
You
Yeah,
got to do what you got to do to
Ricky's on
survive.
the feet pick
You gotta-
program.
yeah, making feet great again.
All realtors are. All of us
making
realtors are.
feet
Yeah.
great again.
Yeah,
You probably do
We
well
need to
with
get
that,
some
too.
shirts. We need to get some shirts
We've
making
been
feet.
talking about that. Yeah,
we can get those ones.
but yeah, no.
OnlyFans
No,
logo.
I just lost my train of thought. Thanks. But
Yeah,
yeah,
talk about
restaurants.
There's just
The
so many
restaurants.
places that are popping up, and even before in season, like every restaurant is slammed because there wasn't that many restaurants. There's so many now; they're not even doing that well in season because of the competition. So if you don't crush in season, you pretty much have no chance in the summer. Even though summer, on the flip side, remember how dead it used to be here in the summer?
Oh.
There's still a decent amount of people here now in the summer to help sustain businesses. But again, there's just so many restaurants popping up. I mean, poor Mike Espo. He's every month there's a new restaurant opening by his Outback in Fort Myers. It's just, and he's managed. His numbers are a little bit down, but he's been able to stay successful. But it's tough.
I think it's gonna get better and better each summer because the population here is getting younger and younger. I remember when I was in high school here, it was all old people. That's
Yeah,
it. It was
yeah.
just all retirees
Yeah.
and
They packed up and
yeah, it was. I mean, nobody knew Naples back then. I feel like a lot more families are moving down here. At least from
It's getting there.
what I've been selling.
yeah.
A lot of younger people.
Yeah. Age group.
I'd say anywhere from mid 30s to late 40s.
Okay, that's it.
What's it like?
And where from do you see
Yeah, that-
most people moving from?
Midwest, Northeast.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, still.
Yeah, what's like the lifestyle out there? I know, or nightlife, I should say, lifestyle, nightlife. What's it like for somebody in the mid 30s? I know what it used to be in Naples. What it is now is definitely a big change, I think, right?
I mean, you have downtown, which is a lot of fun. Excuse me, places like La Trattoria and Sidebar, and they do a really good job of
Shout
having a
out Marty.
nightlife down there in Fifth Avenue. So I mean, Fifth Avenue is always fun. Summertime is real dead. So
Yeah,
it's
you get some good deals on Fifth Ave in the summertime.
Oh, yeah.
2 for $35.
I mean, you got Sugar Shack that just opened up
That
in
place is cool.
Bonita. It's awesome.
yeah, that place is
Sugar
cool.
Shack.
I mean, you can go there any night of the week, and it's
Yeah.
just an awesome time,
Busy.
especially if you love live music. Bonita's blowing up. Like, they are doing a great job revamping the downtown area.
They
A lot of
really
fun
are.
places. They have the rooftop there. So, I mean, for younger people, if it's season, downtown Mercado. I mean, out of season, you're going to be looking more towards, Bonita, stuff like that.
Yeah, because I remember when I was your age living here in Naples, there was hardly anything. You had
Nothing.
Zanzibar.
Yeah, Zanzibar. You had what else we have down? You could do some things downtown, but it wasn't the
Yeah.
same.
There
It
was
was Pelican Larry's
Pelican
Dirty
Larry's,
Larry's.
the
Shout out
Dirty
to
Larry's,
Dirty
yeah, yeah.
Larry's.
before
yeah.
turning to Rusty's.
They used to
Yeah.
have the Crazy Flamingo.
Crazy
that was
up.
on Airport, right?
Was it Pink Flamingo? Crazy
Pink
Flamingo.
one of those, yeah. And then it was called the
Witch's Brew for
Sports Page.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stevie Tomato
Sports
Sports.
Page for Stevie T's.
Sports Page is like
Yeah.
Tuesday night, or they had like a night you go.
And anybody remembers those? Please,
Yes.
please chime in for us. Some good places, but definitely not what we're seeing now.
No.
You know, it's definitely a great opportunity for I think for the younger people to get around and see some stuff.
What's
Cool stuff.
what's some of your favorite restaurants in Naples?
Oh,
You could do a breakfast, lunch, dinner.
my favorite one is La Pescaria. It's downtown Naples. It's not a chain. The whole menu is like Grandma's menu. It's one of the owners. So I know all the owners there. Two of them are silent. The other two actually work the restaurant as servers and everything like that. And Francesco is one of the owners, and basically all the recipes are like from Puglia in Italy. It's all
Really?
Grandma's recipes. So it's
Whereabouts is it?
it's Italian seafood. It's
On
right by Del Mar, in between Del Mar and Molto.
Okay.
It's
Have to
got
check it out.
it's a yellow
Yeah.
canopy. Oh, you guys will love it. Go there. Ask for Francesco.
I mean, is this something that
Take
you
care
can
of it.
afford, or is this something that or no, is it your price range or Tim Guerrette price range?
I mean, I wash dishes there to eat.
There you go. That's good.
No,
That's
no,
what you
um,
do what you got to do.
No,
We'll have to do
they're
a
great.
food
They're
review
great.
from there. Open for lunch?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But go. Don't go Monday or Tuesday. Go because you want Francesco because it's an experience. It's a whole Italian experience with Francesco. It's fun.
Okay.
It's nice when you get the owners or people there. Like I like personally, I like Cosmos. I know because Gianluca Corso, he's so fun. You go in there and it just makes it entertaining.
Oh yeah.
And then they stop by the table for a couple minutes and talk to you and all that stuff. So it makes it good.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Well, and a couple other places. What else you like?
That's all I eat. I
Yeah.
just eat that.
Wow, big shout out to
No,
them.
they take care of me. No, I don't know. I don't really know.
All right. Well,
I DoorDash a lot, I guess.
do you? That's
Do you do DoorDash?
Yeah. I don't
pay the
drive
extra
for it.
What's
but I order it.
what's the
you know,
no? I know no yeah. No, but I was wondering.
Ricky, I'm not that
desperate.
Ricky Haas will DoorDash
Hey,
food to your
I'm doing.
house.
I'll do
doing Uber.
anything.
I'm retired Uber. Yeah,
I'll do
yeah.
If
anything
you
for
want-
$500.
I was gonna say for $500, you buy a home from him. He'll freaking DoorDash freaking Taco Bell to your home.
Yeah. What do you need? Full pack of tacos. It's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. I was wondering, but isn't it like double the price? DoorDash.
They jack it up a little bit.
Yeah, but it's so convenient.
Yeah, but it's not as good though because it's in the car. It's not hot.
It's half
fresh.
eaten.
That's
It's half eaten.
that's what I mean. I
We-
always like
we-
to go eat.
Yeah, at Outback, that was a big problem when we would do third-party delivery. Like sometimes people get food and it's already open up, half steak. And
I got a story about that. I might have
go
done that.
ahead.
Yeah, bring that.
What?
So 6 months before I got my real estate, I was working on getting my real estate license, and so 6 months before I actually got it, I was doing DoorDash because I can create my own schedule.
Sure.
And I've always owned my own business since I got out of high school. So I was like, that helps me. I can create my own hours. I can make money while I'm getting started in real estate. And people are so rude to these DoorDashers, like extreme. These people are bringing you your food right to your house or wherever you're at work, wherever you're at, right? And I remember my very last order. So I got into real estate. I knocked out 3 deals right away. Had enough money to live off of for like a year. So I'm like, I'm out of DoorDash. This is my last order I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I'm doing it, and the restaurant is taking forever with the fries. And this guy that ordered the food is messaging me nonstop, like,
Where's my food?
Where's my food? And then he starts getting very aggressive and starts cussing at through messages.
is-
And I'm like, dude, I'm waiting on your fries.
which
You
is-
think I don't
I
want to
never
bring you your
got
food
that
to make
part.
the $4 I'm going to make off this order?
Like, why are you mean to someone that's got
Your
control
food.
of your food in their hands?
He's like, I'm calling DoorDash. I'm getting you fired. I'm like, it's a 1099. Like, what do you mean? I quit. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
right.
So on the way
We're
there,
called corporate.
on the way there, and I think it was like Checkers or something like that. Yeah, I think it was Checkers when it was still right here on Pine
Yeah,
Ridge.
Pine Ridge by Home Depot.
So I ate the guy's fries.
Yeah.
Good.
Just surprise.
Nah.
And then gave him the food. And
I ate almost all the fries, and then I gave him the food and took off right away. And then I get another message from, "Where's the fries?"
You know what? That's such a night because managing restaurants. That's a nightmare when that happens. If the customer gets their order and some of the food's missed, Because then it's a whole process. Then you got to go through DoorDash or Uber to get the refund. Then you got to. It's such a nightmare. We hated doing third party.
If he was nice, I wouldn't have touched
No,
one
I
fry,
get it.
I promise.
I get it. It's just it's like a freaking hour process to refund money and get credits and all that stuff.
And I get so pissed off at people that treat waiters and waitresses and just anybody. I mean, I get so pissed when people treat them like shit. They think less of them or whatever. It's just so frustrating.
I saw it happen at La Pesqueria, the restaurant I was talking about. I was sitting at the bar, and all the people that work there are Italian. And Francesco is from Italy. He's Italian. And he serves, so he was walking around serving a table, and these people were so rude. They were making fun of him because of his Italian accent. And he's like, get the F out of the restaurant. And they're like,
Good.
Send the owner over. And he's like,
I am.
He walked up to the bar, and he's like, he looked at me and said, watch this. He turned around, he walked back out, and he said, I'm the owner, so get out.
Yeah, good.
People got up and left.
Get your happy asses out. 'Cause, there's nobody. And this person probably speaks no other language but English. So this guy's got an accent. I like it.
This guy speaks 4 languages,
right.
and he told him, he's like, and I'm doing my best telling. He's like, you only speak 1 language. I speak more languages than you. Get out of here.
I mean, that's just so crazy.
Get out of my effing restaurant.
Yeah,
Love it.
You speak a couple languages.
I speak about 6 languages.
Do you speak 6?
No, just 2.
Just 2?
Yeah.
What's the other one?
Well,
Check,
it's 3.
check.
3.
Okay.
You speak English, check, and bullshit.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I'm fluent in bullshit.
Let's talk a little bit about. Check. Let's talk a little bit about real estate. That's kind of
That's what you do,
You
right?
and I both got a little experience in that, Ricky. But this development up here is they've topped it out. They're up at I think they've built it as high it's going to go, right? At the 12 stories. Stock development, they went ahead all in. Ritz-Carlton residence.
Yeah.
I think the price range on these things is
It's all over the place.
Yeah, it's like I think it's like from 2 to 16 million.
Yeah, they started when they started building these. They were saying the lower floor units are going to be anywhere from like 2 to 3. Top floor is going to be like 7. That can be way more than that.
No, I'm saying I saw from like 2 to like 60 million. It was all over the place.
Yeah, they started out like in the very beginning saying those numbers. I'm like, 7 million for a penthouse? Are you kidding me?
No way.
That's cheap.
Yeah,
it's cheap for Naples. But they took down my favorite restaurant, DeRuma's.
DeRuma's was good.
It
was good.
I would go
They said
there.
you didn't want to look in the corners too much, but I could go there all the time.
Yeah.
I
Don't
liked it.
look in the corners.
Yeah.
But no, I would go there every single day. I would go there.
Really?
Yeah. So one of my like rituals since I was in high school is Vanderbilt Beach sunset. Go walk to the right past Turtle Club where nobody walks.
Ricky has a different lifestyle than we did when we were in school. He's going on these special trips, Sunset, Vanderbilt.
And so I would go
day.
and hit Sunset, and then right after I would go and network at DeRuma's and pick up leads, and that was my number 1 lead spot in real estate because all
That's
the tourists would hit the beach. They'd see Japanese steakhouse. They'd go there, and I was picking up leads left and right.
How
A
do you
lot of
pick-
Canadian buyers.
On the beach? Like, well, how do you pick up leads? Like,
Took my shirt off.
Yeah, okay. Well, that's
Well, you go back to DeRuma, you start talking bullshit at the bar or
I
whatever.
I would sit at the bar and just get sushi and grab a glass
You know
of
Frank
wine.
Rostron? English Frank? He used to go there to DeRuma's all the time, but I was wondering, he used to go there all the time.
I would pick up
Is
so
DeRuma's
many
still
leads.
open?
It's done.
It's done.
They
It's
tore it
demolished.
right where
down.
that's at.
It's right where it's at.
Yeah, right where that.
Yeah. I was
I went there on the very last day, and they were giving out free sushi. Oh, it was great.
Really?
Yeah.
They had some health
Did
inspections.
they have a
All
plan,
right, too.
Did they have a plan B?
Well, they served some of those cockroaches you were talking
Probably
about.
they did. They
Wait,
did.
But you got to catch them, though. You got to
Yeah,
catch them.
you just put a little Old Bay on them, you're good to go.
Overpriced too. probably for you.
Who? And please in the chat, who would eat a cockroach with Old Bay on it?
For
Anybody in here?
$500.
Yeah.
For $500. Would you eat a cockroach with Old Bay on it? For
Live or
$500?
dead?
Dead.
I would have gone live, but yeah, dead.
You would have eaten it live
$500 is $500.
You doing a live one?
Do a live one.
for
Why not?
for $500?
More flavor.
With
A dead one's gonna
would
be.
it need Old Bay on it?
I feel like a dead one's like an
can't-
old
I-
potato chip, like a stale
cockroaches, I
potato
Now,
chip.
now, would you eat it without the Old Bay, or does it need the Old Bay?
$1,000.
1,000, so 500 Old Bay. 1,000.
You
So
got-
let's see if we raise some money and do some crazy contests here.
Yeah, that's
I still
good,
can't
yeah.
wait for this push-up contest.
I
You guys aren't
don't
getting
have
out
the
of this.
liability insurance for that stuff.
To
My
what?
mother writes in,
The
DoorDash is
cockroaches?
great for delivery to the staff and patients.
Yeah, that
that's
is
good.
true. Yeah,
No hurry.
1,000%.
They're
Very convenient
they're
form.
usually pretty good.
Yep.
Meredith writes something. Don't laugh. It was a good way, but I used to be called the waitress from hell.
I could see
I was
that.
offered a job in Chicago at a restaurant, and that's where they That's what they did. Yeah, they're actually our waitresses that I know. And I think we got to slide up the soup Nazi lady down across from
Meredith. We want to do a food review. We got a couple places that we got to hit, but Spanky, see if you could set that up for us. We want to go do a food review there, and then Sugar Shack. That's myself and Blake to do a food review there. More so for Blake. I just do the.
But there are waitresses out there that I know that are just like mean as shit to you, and you kind of like just take a beating, but you know how it is.
Well, the one we had actually at Spanky's was cool. She wasn't.
Yeah, she was funny. Yeah, she was funny. Yeah. But you and I never go in and just act normal.
No, I told her I ordered an Arnold Palmer and I wanted 65% lemonade, 35% iced tea. She looked at me.
And then when she brought it, we go, this is off.
And she's like, yeah, it's 71%, 29.
This is not balanced. But we do it with a smile.
Yeah,
and a laugh.
It's not.
Yeah, never to be a jackass. Never to be a jackass. But yeah, so matter of fact, here it is. If anybody has ever met her down Larry's Lunchbox.
You ever been to Larry's Lunchbox?
No.
Across from the courthouse. She's wrapping it up. Yeah, she's brutal, man. She'll get your ass in line. If you don't pay attention when you're ready to order, she'll be like next, and she'll tear you up. Yeah.
You got to keep it moving. Pastrami Dan's was like that too, but hey, you got busy place. Got to can't take your time. But that place is really good. I've been around a long time.
Never been there.
Larry's Lunchbox. Yeah, they got great food. And
they do.
And unfortunately, they're wrapping it up. 35 years, I believe, they were down there.
Yeah.
Long time.
What do you guys recommend there?
Any kind of sandwich, like the pastrami's good there. The soup. It's been a couple of years since I've eaten there, but really good sandwiches and soups.
Yeah.
I remember the pastrami.
Are they going to close down, or is she just leaving?
I think she's just leaving. I don't think they're closing down.
Well, that's good. Yeah. We definitely don't want that to happen.
No,
Definitely know what to happen.
And then big shout out to Lowbrow Pizza. They won the Naples Daily News Pizza Bracket Challenge for top pizza in Naples, Florida. Blake picked Italian Deli by a hair because he's a more traditional pizza guy. But Lowbrow's freaking awesome.
They're great.
Yeah, Lowbrow. I've been going to Lowbrow since they opened, and they do an unbelievable job. I like a lot of variety on my pizza and other things. So they definitely are the spot for that because you can get a pizza with
I saw a video. You putting a lot of stuff on pizza.
I put a lot on everything. Coffee. Yeah.
Like you'll always ask for this crazy hot sauce with cinnamon and honey and just
there's probably like 7 different things in there.
It looks like it.
Yeah, no, it's good though.
Like marshmallows in there, coffee. I'm like,
I was wondering what was floating. I was like, is that an old coffee or is that marshmallows?
So
fresh marshmallows.
So we got a guy that works up at 7-Eleven. He's there every morning. Go visit him.
Shout out to Rohan. He says he watches that.
So Rohan is at the 7-Eleven across from Sam's Club, Immokalee and Airport.
Always a smile on his face.
Always a smile on his face. We're trying to get him to come down to come live on the studio after he gets off work. But he works all the time. So I go, do you ever go home? And he's like, well, I get 15 minutes off here and there. And he's from India, and so he'll show me.
He'll start FaceTiming his dad in India and
put us up on there in the morning. And then he'll have buddies that he knows from India that are doing certain things on Instagram, and he'll show me that for a while. But just always a good guy. But we got to get him on the show. Yeah. But Patrick comes in there and he just stares at Patrick. Like, what are you putting in your coffee?
I know.
Yeah, I know. Putting your coffee.
Actually, when me and Blake went out a week ago, we sit down and this guy comes running to us, and he's like, "You're the guy that puts the weird shit in your coffee, right?" And I'm like, I look at Blake, I'm like, man, I gotta be
Yeah, it's good.
It's out there,
yeah. But hey, listen, man, we're having that's good.
Chicopee, hey, real quick, Chicopee Clark says. Top pizza is the News Sonny's in Immokalee. You said that.
That is really good. Yeah,
I want to
that's
try
really
that
good.
place.
I love it. I love it too.
We're gonna take a break from doing pizza reviews, but when we start doing pizza reviews again, that's the top spot we want to hit up.
Had a pizza there yesterday, matter of fact.
Did you?
My little guy.
Your little guy.
Yep.
Rick Haas, tell them how they could check you out.
Find me on Instagram, Facebook at Rick Sells Naples. I'll give you one even better. 239-703-3079. Call me looking to buy, sell. Don't call Patrick Dearborn. He can't do more push-ups than me.
Wow.
Hey, and
sounds like a challenge.
Tim Guerrette, I'll be happy to list your house, sell your house, whatever you need. But I'll be working with Ricky.
Tim, relax. We got a guest on. Let him promote his
right.
Relax.
I know, but I'll do a couple push-ups too.
Poor,
I think I can.
poor guy's doing OnlyFans and door dashing food. Let him sell a couple houses.
A couple houses. I'm a retired guy on a fixed income.
Yeah, yeah.
What can I say? Hey guys, listen. We got to do this on the way out. We always got to point to the TV right in the middle. We are